raised in Baton Rouge. Didn't ride no wagon train to Norman or to Boone. They said I'd never make it, just a name they overlook. Now I'm burning up their game plans and ripping up their books. No 5-star shine, no silver spoon. I came up grinding on a Friday night moons. Now they feel me coming like a 4th down blitz. Got them talking sideways, throwing fits. But I must admit, I can't quit. 'Cause I'm the outlaw of college football. Ain't no stripes can hold me back. I don't need their legacy or no booster money stack. I don't bow to no tradition. Ain't no handshake deals I need. I just play for pride, for fire, and the will to make them bleed. I ain't on your media darlings list. No Heisman hype, no clean-cut script. But every time the whistle blows, I leave my soul out on that road. They talk about dynasties and brands, but I built mine with my own hands. Ain't got no statue, no parade, just broken dreams and lines I've laid. I'm the outlaw of college football, the storm they never saw. I don't fit their pretty picture, but I still outrun them all. Don't need no love from ESPN, just a line to cross and dirt to win. Yeah, I'm the outlaw, the rebel in this brawl. I ain't here for fame or fortune, ain't no puppet on a string. I'm here to rip their castles and crown myself a king. I'm the outlaw of college football, tattooed in scars and grit. I write my story on the field, and I never call it quits. Let the legends play their history, I'll write my own new lore. 'Cause I'm the outlaw, yeah, I'm the outlaw, kicking down the damn front door.
Woo! Here we are. We're on today. We're gonna do a little more softball like we've been doing this off season for football. We're doing a lot of softball this year, and today we got South Alabama versus Alabama in Mobile. Alabama is now ranked number 1, and their first game to defend their number 1 ranking is against a cross-state rival in South Alabama. We're waiting for that game to start right now. It's supposed to start at 5 p.m. Now, sometimes they give me the wrong time, and sometimes they get them right. So we'll see in just a second. I've got the link pulled up for it. They have yet to pull away and go to that. So we will see in just a second. So let's go ahead and see who's up in here today. Go ahead and look at the comments of the day already. We have JYK up in here. What's up, Outlaw? He's our resident Asian connoisseur. He's on an Asian tour for us right now. He went from Malaysia to Korea. I don't know where JYK is bound for next, but JYK is the first batter up today. As you can see, he has his badge. He's deputized. He's an outlaw posse. If you want to be an outlaw posse and get your badge and get deputized like JYK, it's $2.99 a month, 75 cents a week. That's just a half a bottle of water for the outlaw. It's a little join button over by the subscribe button. Like I said, you get that badge, you get deputized, you get a random 4 horseman shout out on the actual podcast, which we're about to do, as well as possibly the comment of the day. Now, I'm going to go over here and see if I can't find another link just in case this one goes down, as we do our little pregame here. And I'll call out some comments again in a second. I see a few more comments in there. I'll give you y'all's kudos. All right. See how many we got in here. Let's see if we got another link just in case for you guys and gals out there, because we don't want you to miss not 1 second of this great softball game that's supposed to be probably not going to be great. I might be overselling just a little bit. I'm not sure how good South Alabama is, but Right now, it looks like that's the only link they got up from now. So not sure why it hasn't cut away for that yet, but we shall see in just a second. Alabama versus South Alabama. Alabama is now ranked number 1 in all the polls. They're even number 1 in the RPI. And it says here my event's about to start. So let's go ahead and pull that up for you guys and gals. But before we do that, let me go ahead and pull it up. And before it goes live, I'm going to give the random 4 horsemen shout-outs of the day. And there it is. Go ahead and stretch that out for y'all. Give y'all a good view of the game. All right. The random 4 horsemen shout-outs of the day go to the Best Girly, Blessed Vet 36G, Oklahoma Sooners Football, and Jacoby Jones 2405. Are mount up, saddle up, and ready to go. They're going to help us with today's softball invasion. And there's my favorite commercial. Your event is starting soon. I always love that commercial because I ain't got to hear none of their crappy ass liberal spastic angles. By the way, it got me a new energy drink that I like. It's called Alani Strawberry Sunrise. Very good. So you in a local convenience store, you want a nice energy drink, Alani Strawberry Sunrise is the way to go. And we're now in Mobile, Alabama today, if I'm not mistaken. This game is on the road, which is odd. Still in the commercial break. Paula Steiner's in the house. What's up, Paula Steiner? Greetings from California. Says Tori. Well, hopefully y'all can change that one day, Tori. Hopefully you'll get around that one day.
2 games of the series.
It was really impressive what Alabama was able to put together, and you're exactly right, partner. It did not start off well for the Crimson Tide. Thursday night, game 1, it was all Texas.
Holy Alliance in the house. What's up? RTR, that means Roll Tide Roll. For those of y'all that don't know the acronym, that's what it means. RTR means Roll Tide Roll.
Then game 2 came, and Alabama responded.
Vic Moten was on fire.
JYK said he's going back to Malaysia this Saturday. Have a safe trip back, my brother. Well, I'd love to come over and live in Malaysia. You got a job for me?
It was the first.
That's why me and you'll do a podcast together. How about that?
2016, the first at Rhodes for Alabama since 2011. And again, it really was a story of a comeback. After losing game 1 and falling down 4-0 in game 2, Alabama outscored Texas 18-4 the rest of the way.
And what I love about this is it wasn't just from one person in the lineup. Marley Giles hit 428 on the weekend. Alexis Papillo 500. Even Brooke Wells, she had 1 hit, but it was in a timely moment. She had a 3 RBI bases loaded double.
Yes, Bama is number 1 in both polls, and they're also number 1 in the RPI poll. Now, in the RPI poll, the overall strength poll is dictated by the computer rankings. Oklahoma's actually 8th instead of 3rd.
She's going to work her rise ball and her drop. You see that rise ball right
First
there.
pitch of the day.
In a changeup. She'll use that changeup to set up her other pitches.
Number 18 pitching for Alabama.
Heavy against Texas, and it got her into a little bit of trouble.
Whoa. What's that?
And
I
right
saw
out
the
the gate,
budgeting app in base 44.
it's a dumbass commercial.
Nina just built an app.
Alabama, Presley Lively, as we take a look at the squad for Becky Clark and Virginia Mombelli, the Italian, in the 3 spot, has reached base safely in 10 straight games.
South Alabama has a record of 24-17. Alabama is 35-3.
She's got 24 RBIs on the season. A lot of the run production for this squad is coming from her, and she's been doing a little bit of a different thing.
Well, Casey is going to try to find him
and it's been paying off.
a regular gig in Korea. I'll move back to Korea in August for you. Get me a gig too, brother. I'm ready to go.
Sophomore out of Helena,
I'm ready to go,
Alabama.
brother.
That's checked foul. South Alabama, no
Yeah,
stranger
South Alabama
to taking on
didn't
SEC competition.
anticipate
Played
having the
8
number
games
one
this
team
year
coming into
against the
Mobile
Southeastern
this
Conference.
week.
And talking with Coach Becky Clark, she said it's crucial for them to get.
This is back to Palazzi, 1 down.
She said it's crucial for them to get experience like this, to be in environments like SEC teams, helps bolster them, helps create confidence, and helps them feel like they can play in any stadium in the country and be competitive.
Actually, this game is not in Mobile.
I see the head coach
So
for the
the
Jaguars,
AI
Becky Clark,
or
only
the
coach the program's ever had.
Gemini or the
About
Google
14
search
years,
actually
6
lied to
NCAA
me.
tournament trips.
They told me the game was
Felt
in
like a couple
Mobile,
weeks
and
ago
it's
against
not.
JMU, this
It's
team was
actually in
close to where they
Tuscaloosa,
can
as you
be.
can see.
Took a bit of a step back in a series loss to Texas State, but her program has won the last 2 times South Alabama has.
I'm good
played
with
the
history,
Crimson Tide here at
JYK.
Rhodes.
And she
I
said
could be a really
key for
good
them
history
is being
teacher.
able to sustain their progress. It's really hard to feel successful and then take one step back, and then you feel like you have to take another 2 steps forward. So she said the big thing for them, sustain that progress, keep putting pressure on, and be competitive.
Christian Atkinson's in the house.
She really likes this freshman class with Gracie Dees, as Dees had the
Christian
green light on the 3-0,
Atkinson,
popped it up,
5241, says, "Hi, everyone. What's going on, Christian?"
Palazzi going to her low rise on this one. Gets D's to be just underneath.
Everybody's just getting off from work. This is pretty crappy time to have a softball game. So the traffic coming in here is going to be slow at first.
2 down for Virginia.
You'll probably start picking
Montbelli.
up around 6 o'clock when the game's probably in the 4th or 5th inning.
Transfer from Florida.
So if y'all don't mind,
Southwestern
share it out to your friends,
Junior College, where she
all
was
your
third
Bama
team
friends,
NCAA
and all your Oklahoma
All-American.
fans, because this is the Two Crimson
Its SEC
Nations
teams this year
network, to
hitting
be honest with you.
412.
Although we do every team.
And what's interesting about her,
But mainly
she
Oklahoma
messes
and
around with her
Alabama
front foot,
content.
with her timing mechanism. Sometimes she'll do a stride, sometimes she'll go no stride, sometimes she'll do a bit of a toe tap. And so it's just whatever helps her feel confident and comfortable in the moment.
And a power stretch of late, 5 home runs in the last 20 games. Last 5 games has walked 4 times and hit 300. That's out to center field, and Montbelli has a 2-out single for South Alabama.
Montbelli doing a really good job of being on
They
time.
call her
This is a changeup. It's
Montbelli?
Honestly, a really good pitch by Palazzi. It's low and away.
She looks like she might be a Montbelli.
Sinks into her legs and then throws her bat out.
She a big old hoss for sure. She a hoss.
Brandstetter. This might stay in play, and it's caught by Marley Giles.
Well, now.
So after the single, a quick out to end the inning, and we go to the bottom of the first.
So going to the bottom of the first, Alabama gets 3 outs rather easily. They did USA, that is South Alabama, did strand 1. As we go to commercial break, we will go back to the regular announcers when they come back, so y'all ain't got to hear my voice all the time. But during the commercial breaks, I like to interact with each and every one of y'all out there, the common Joes and the common Sallys in the know, even more so than all those media talking heads, because y'all are what makes this whole thing go. Chooka, 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 choo, choo, choo. Y'all push the train. You know what I'm saying? That's not political speak. That's a fact. All right. JYK said, nice. Nice what? 3 outs? Oh, nice that I could be a history teacher. I don't know a lot about Korean history and Malaysian history, but I know a lot about American history, Western civilization history, and even some of the Roman Empire stuff and Ottoman Empire and all that good Persian stuff back in the day. Not brushed up as well on the Asian side of things like it should be. But I do like history. I'm also a very big history buff when it comes to college football. So if the game of college football needs to be taught in Korea, I could do that for y'all.
of the innings for this squad, 133 innings pitched. And what she does really well is she works the zone. She goes drop, rise, screw curve, occasionally a changeup, but she'll work to all 4 quadrants. She's very, very good at pounding the strike
If
zone.
anybody
and
wants to
has
be
a
on the
lot
show
of
today,
strikeouts
let me
on
know in the comment section.
One of the only
And I'll put a
pitchers
link
on
in
this
here.
South Alabama staff that has not faced Alabama before, taking on this revamped lineup. Moved around by Patrick Murphy ahead of game 2 against Texas.
I can do that,
Strike
JYK.
1 to
It's a
Alexis
subject that
Papillo.
I'm really good at.
And part of that movement is Ambry Taylor in the 4 spot.
Thinking
And
about
earlier
getting my
today, she was
teaching degree
announced
in
as SEC
history
Freshman of the
because I
Week.
love history.
Ambry Taylor was really clutch for Alabama against Texas, hit 333 on the weekend, but had a huge home run. And she has been one of those players that is really fun to watch. Started off as a pinch hitter and then worked her way and is now in the 4 spot for this Alabama offense.
You got 15 people in here.
Senior out of Crystal Lake, Illinois,
People
Alexis
starting to
Papillo.
filter in. If you don't mind, smash the like button as you
34
come in
reach-based
and
streak,
subscribe.
and
Those
she has
things are
feasted
free.
in the midweeks. Hitting
Absolutely free.
667 in midweek games with 6 RBIs and 3 home runs.
Subscribing is really important.
You know, I'd say that's pretty
Because
good.
the bigger the crowd, the better the party.
Her
So
swing
make
is
sure you
just
hit that
so short
subscribe
and
button.
compact to the ball. There's not a lot of movement to it. She toes the line. She's almost baiting you to throw her something over the plate, and then she attacks when it's there.
This is chopped and could be trouble. It'll just roll foul.
It's a really
She
good
just
decision
tagged her own
there
player
by
out.
Riley Harrison.
It's
One of
like
those where
she
you
tagged her
know
own player.
Alexis Papillo's passing the ball, so you're probably not going to get her out. So your best bet, even if it does stay fair, your best bet is to let that ball roll, see if it can tail to be a foul ball, and that's exactly what it did.
JYK says he's got a PhD in English literature, specializing in American novels before 1945. Very interesting.
Rustling tonight. It's us trying to catch our
I like that
that
kind of stuff.
moving around in the booth
Play
over
sort of
here.
a character in here. I play a redneck, trash talking cowboy. But I'm actually not.
Full count.
As redneck as some people
I
would
really
like to
like that
believe.
placement there by Riley Harrison, a very competitive.
Actually, a little bit
ball on the
smarter
outer
than
edge.
people think.
Knowing that you're facing a great hitter, you want to kind of push the boundaries with that strike zone, see if she'll chase.
On the ground over to second. Stewart's got it. 1 away.
And I think that pass through ball set that one up. It was a little bit further off, so she just
Traffic's going to be slow tonight coming in here because everybody's just now getting off from work.
It's just going to clip the outside corner just enough.
Well, I fully expect around 5:30 or 6 people will start filtering in. So y'all just stay with us and get this thing bigger and get this party
Harrison, no
crunk.
stranger to taking on SEC teams, has thrown over 31 innings against the Southeastern Conference in her career. Now facing Brooke Wells, another one who has absolutely gobbled up the stats in midweek games. Sophomore out of Round Rock, Houston transfer.
Round Rock, Texas.
And
You
she
got a
has
buddy
just
from
so
Round Rock,
much
Texas.
power.
It's down there by
to
College
the
Station.
fields. And with a lot of different pitches as well, we've seen her be successful on changeups, on drop balls, rise balls. She's really good.
Anybody want to jump in here live with me? I will put the link in the comment section. Just give me the word. Just say when.
And we've
It's a
referenced
great-
it statistically. It was a tough weekend for
Val
her.
Kilmer said
Texas
is
won for 11,
the
but
best
that one hit arguably for
portrayal
Alabama
of
was the biggest
Doc
of the
Holliday
entire
of all
series, that
time,
3
Fred.
RBI double.
Just say
Absolutely.
when.
And sometimes, you know, if you're going to have one hit on a weekend, making it be a big hit like that can mean all the difference for your confidence as a hitter as well.
That's rolled over to short. Stagner's got it. 2 up, 2 down for Harrison.
So far, the Jaguars are not backing down. Looks like we might have a little bit of a better game than we expected, but it is very, 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 very early. Anybody can hang around for a couple of innings. When you get in that
In
third and
steps
fourth
another
inning,
freshman for the Tide, the Oviedo, Florida native Anna Roman. She's on an 8-game reach-based streak.
Not a ton of offensive production for her versus Texas, but what she did well was she made at bats count. She had a
Yeah,
couple
you're
crucial
lying.
walks, an RBI with a walk, and a bases
One
loaded
Bolero
situation.
comes in here telling
So it
people
may
it
not have
is.
been the weekend with the bat that she wanted it to be, but she was still productive for her team.
Juan Bolero claims he's from Okinawa, Japan, the hometown of the great sensei, that being Miyagi, and Daniel-san from Karate Kid, the series. But we know Juan Bolero is just trolling us. Right, Juan Bolero?
Here's the 1-2 from Harrison. Popped up in the air.
Big!
And coming in is Lively from
Scary.
center.
Move, damn it.
Retired. 3 up, 3 down for Riley Harrison, and we're scoreless after 1 here in T-Town.
I don't know why that AI or that Google search lied to me. It told me the game's in Mobile, so I put Mobile, Alabama in the thumbnail. That's what I said, man. That people are just not very informed when it comes to softball start times and locations and all that good stuff, man. But they're coming around to it. It seems to me like softball's become the third most popular sport on a lot of campuses out here, even more popular than men's baseball. Although the men's baseball team at Alabama is doing rather well, they did sweep at the time the number one team in the nation, that being the Auburn Barn Monkeys. And then they took 2 out of 3 against Oklahoma on the road as well. That one tore my heart a little bit because I had to choose between the 2 Crimson Nations, which I don't like doing. Juan Bolero says, I'm originally from Tulsa and have lived in Japan a long time. Long time. Me love you long time. $10 sucky sucky. One of the best lines of all time from Full Metal Jacket. Oh, $10 love you long time sucky sucky. We're in a commercial right now. We will go back to the main announcers if y'all just coming in. It ain't going to be me calling the game. We'll go back to the main announcers once the commercial break is over. Juan Bolero says, Oklahoma football is in my blood. Alabama football is in my blood. But I love Oklahoma too.
Surprisingly picked 10th in the Sun Belt pre-poll, but they've shown all those folks currently sitting in 3rd in the league, and really it's a logjam right after Marshall up at the top, currently ranked 46th in the RPI, so you get some good results down the stretch. You could be in play for an at-large bid. This has been a pretty successful year for South Alabama, and really it's been the pitching that has driven it here this season.
Absolutely, and the star of that is Harrison in the circle. She's just pounding the zone. She's giving them a chance offensively.
Yeah, I wish Killer Breeze was in here to hear that.
The Sun Belt Conference this year is so competitive.
Statement
Talking to
that
Coach
Juan
Becky
Bolero
Clark, she said there's
just
a lot of
made.
parity across the board. They've made some really great coaching hires, and so the league itself just continues to rise.
You've got Marshall up at the top, and then Southern Miss, South Alabama, and Louisiana Monroe all right there. Texas State has picked up some big wins this year. As Carol Wine sends that foul. Can't forget about Troy, Louisiana.
Texas State used to be Texas San Marcos.
Coastal Carolina right? Sitting at 6-6 in the league. They beat Arizona earlier this season.
A lot of great teams in the Sun Belt Conference. And a lot of them are doing really well in the RPI as well, a lot in the top 100. And that's really important as we start to look forward into postseason.
2-2 on the freshman out of Florida, Carol Wine. Week 6 Sun Belt Player of the Week. Wine bloops this out towards center. White is there for out number 1.
So far,
here's exactly what we were talking about. Again, you've got Marshall up at the top, Morgan Zirkle doing a phenomenal job up in West Virginia, and then just a massive log
1 1/4 inning
really good teams in the
like
SBC.
And talking to Coach, she said that
10 minutes
versus
of the first
JMU,
quarter.
she felt like
Not even
the team had put it all together. Then they go and play another great squad in Texas State, and she felt like they took a couple steps back. And so it's just being a part of a really tough conference. You have to be competitive every weekend, and look to, as she said, sustain your progress, continue to get better, continue to compete, because there still is a chance for almost everybody in that conference.
Yeah, I would say almost for sure this is a multi-bid league in the NCAA tournament. I mean, heck, Marshall's sitting at 25 in the RPI. There are a lot of Power 4 teams who are relying on some victories over the Thundering Herd to bolster their resumes.
Absolutely, and we've mentioned it before, but RPI is so extremely important. And there's a couple metrics, but it's not just who you play, it's what they do after you. It's strength of schedule that kind of goes into those postseason rankings.
You see it right there, 4 squads inside the top 50, including South Alabama. It's a program that's had a lot of success, some great hitters to come through over the years, including Gabby Stagner, the older sister of Lily Stagner, who's at the plate right now. Here's the 3-2, and Stagner draws the walk.
This is a solid at bat here by Lily Stagner. Being patient, working the count. And this is this rise ball that is just going to miss up and out a little bit too much. If you're Caitlin Palazzi, you want to work that through the zone a little bit more, get her to swing and miss at that ball. Instead, it's up and away for ball 4.
First pitch fouled off by the graduate student out of Flagler, the Fortson, Georgia native, Sydney Stewart. Started her career at Northwest Florida State College and transferred to Flagler, and then came to Mobile to play for Coach Clark.
And you see her show bunt right there. She will do that. That is part of her arsenal. She'll bunt for a base hit. She'll sacrifice bunt. She's pretty speedy.
Bomballero says baseball is boring compared to softball. Only Jordy Ball can make baseball watchable. I'm sure Killer Breeze would love that comment.
One, 2 from Palazzi is high and away, and we've seen that miss a few times already in this inning.
And she's trying to work that rise ball away, but I do think
pleased to be me, says.
I think if
will the Sooner girls be on later?
You might be able to go up.
I don't think the Sooner girls play tonight.
Off speed, lifted out to center. White is patrolling, 2 down.
Good job by Caitlin Palazzi. She sets up this changeup with the rise ball, speeds the batter up, and then a great changeup there on the outside corner. Would have been a strike either way, and now it's an easy out.
Ball plays second fiddle to nobody, Bomballero. Ball is the best of all time.
Here's the 8-hitter, Ansley Smith. Runner goes as that pitch was way off the mark from Palazzi, and Stagner stands on second, with Smith now given a chance with a runner in scoring position.
I mean, what a snag by Marley Giles behind
up
the
to 20 people now in the chat. If you don't mind, smash the like button as you come in. Don't take 3 or 4 seconds. And subscribe to the channel.
Of the catcher behind the plate.
Those are all
All
absolutely
the way
free.
over to her left, getting around that ball. Especially when you have a pitcher like Palazzi that works way up in the zone very often. So it almost catches you off guard. And she was able to handle that really well.
This is a cue ball over to second. Hubbard stays down. Side retired. A runner left stranded on second.
All right, we move to the bottom of the second, and we still have a scoreless game between the 2 interstate rivals, Alabama and South Alabama. As we're in commercial break, when we come back, I will turn the announcers back on for those of you just coming in here. And so don't think I'm going to be monopolizing the conversation too much, even though I can be known to do that. JYK says Jordy Ball can hit home runs in a baseball field. Maybe she can. I don't know. I just like to mess with people because a lot of people, it's a hot button for them. They talk about Jordy Ball made a mistake, went to Nebraska. Even Killer Breeze is in the camp of Jordy Ball should have stayed at Oklahoma kind of deal. I'm not too sure. I take the opposite side of it just because I like to be the devil's advocate from time to time. And we got 20 people in here. As I said before, like, share, comment, and subscribe on the channel. Liking and subscribing are most important. They let the algorithm know that people are in here and that more people are wanting to watch. And if you subscribe to the channel, make sure you hit that bell as well. That way it notifies you when I'm up and on the air. Now, if you want to do a little something extra and you want to get your badge and get deputized like JYK 200, you can join the Outlaw Posse. It's $2.99 a month, 75 cents a week. That's just a half a bottle of water for Outlaws. A little join button over by the subscribe button. Hit that, and you'll get your badge. You'll be deputized. You'll get a random Four Horsemen shout out like those guys did at the beginning of the show, as well as possibly the comment of the day on the podcast and on the live stream. Now, back to the game.
The comeback in game 2, and then they kept it up in game 3 against the Longhorns this past weekend.
And what's really impressive about this is this was all with 2 outs. So this is a 2-out, 10-run second inning. Being able to pass the bat down, continue to keep the inning alive.
For some reason the game got way behind. I had to fast forward it. I don't know what happened. Bad link or something. Sorry about that, guys and gals. Let's go ahead and get the game back on. Not sure why it done that. Put us way behind. So I had to fast forward for y'all. By now, I guess they're having some technical difficulties with the actual announcers in the game because I do not hear the announcers saying jack shit. No why they have so much technical difficulties with softball games. They don't have this kind of shit going on with football or basketball or even baseball. Alabama's leading 1-0. As I said, we missed the second inning because I got a bad link and I had to fast forward it. And so I apologize for that.
The way you see an idea in your mind.
Let's get over that. As you can see,
Alabama leads South Alabama 1-0 after 2 innings here in Tuscaloosa. Ray Robertson and Allie Shipman up here in the booth. Now joined by South Alabama
for that lag that cost
Becky Clark. And Coach, you've seen Caitlin Palazzi for 2 innings now. What adjustments do you want to see from your hitters the rest of the way here tonight?
I think we're getting ourselves out some at the top of the zone. That was something we talked about at the beginning, and we haven't stuck to it. Had a couple of balls. I thought Wine's ball, she was a tick late on it. If she'd been on time with it, that ball goes a long way. We just got to attack the strike zone, square up the pitches we get to square up.
And Coach Riley Harrison has been doing a really good job for you in the circle. What are you looking out of her as we continue in this game?
Yeah, I mean, what she's doing, like she's got to stay on the black, and she's got to, like I said before, mix up speeds effectively. We got to play defense behind her.
Stay a while, Nitro. Stay a while.
This is a momentum team. They want to get something going, and we've got to shut that down defensively. So we've got to make those plays.
Absolutely, Coach. Thank you for the time.
Yep, go Jags.
South Alabama head coach Becky Clark, and she's right on the money. There have been some well-hit balls. The dugout is paying attention.
How about not go Jags?
And we'll see if they can make the adjustment against Palazzi with 9-1-2 due up.
Nitro has his badge.
Senior out of Louisiana.
Nitro is deputized as well.
To Coach's point, Caitlin Palazzi is
Well.
I have to do.
Look at if it isn't our new favorite softball fan, Jesse Paul Clark. What's up?
So
hey, don't be saying my name like that, man.
Like right there, we've seen.
Oh yeah, sorry.
No, Sunshine said we're not allowed to come out of our alias.
Yeah, it's a secret. I forgot about that. It's fucking ridiculous. Hold on 1 second.
That's ball 4. And the 9-hole for South Alabama and lead off here in the third takes her free base.
Brooklyn Bachhaus doing a good job of laying off this rise ball up in the zone. You can see it out of the hand. It starts high. It's going to start at her waist. And so by the time it gets to Bachhaus, it's going to be well above her shoulders. For ball 4.
Boy, Derek Wilkins got out of the box very quickly to call time.
What's happening, JYK?
You can grill me a burger too.
Back to the top of the order with Lively, who pops up the bunt. It's over Taylor's
Oh.
head. Taylor a little bit too aggressive charging
Who's
the
pitching?
bunt. And South Alabama has 2 on with nobody out.
This is one
Number
of those that's just
18 is all I
perfectly
know.
placed.
They don't
Do
put
you ever
names on the
wanna
back
pop
of the
up
jersey.
bunt?
It would
Not
be
really,
helpful
but
if they
Avery
did.
Taylor is charging so hard that by the time she sees this ball up in the air, it's almost too late for her to turn, pivot, and make the catch.
Hold on, I can pull it up.
As a third baseman, you sometimes have to think.
Wambalero has become a member, an official member of the Outlaw Posse. He has his badge now. He was deputized to get a random 4-horseman shout out on the actual podcast and live stream. So it's possibly the comment of the day.
That's her first
Well
error
done,
of the year.
Wamblero.
5 starts on sacrifice. So now the calculus has definitely changed for the Jaguars. I would assume we'll probably see them try to bunt again here with 2 on, nobody out.
Absolutely, and kind of do what Alabama did to them, capitalize. A walk and an error, and see if you can capitalize on those back-to-back mistakes. You know, they were
Actually,
talking about
this is
the
y'all. This
momentum,
is your.
and Alabama being a momentum team, but this is a good moment for the Jaguars to take the momentum as well.
This is your third best pitcher. This is the Gatorade Player of the Year out of Michigan as a incoming freshman. I think she's a sophomore though. Hold on a second.
Marley Giles keeping.
No, she's a
her
freshman.
honest
So that
at
was
second
last
base.
year. Oh, nice.
Sometimes
So this
if
is
the
one of
runner's
your
getting
new.
too big of a
This is
lead,
one of the
pump
incoming
fake once,
studs
keep
on
them
the
honest, that
pitching
way the
squad.
next time
Sub
they
2
won't get
ERA.
as far off.
Back to the circle. Palazzi to third for 1, and Taylor is able to finish
Boom!
off the double play.
Very nice.
And what I love is Marley Giles kind of helped set this up. She made sure that that lead was a little bit shorter so that when this ball is hit right back to Palazzi, she has plenty of time to get to that ball, throw to third, and an Avery Taylor stepping in the bag, throwing it across
Yeah,
the
these
diamond for a
games,
double
these
play.
midweek games
Oh,
are
South
good for
Alabama that
getting
turned a big double play in
these
the home
players in
half
these
now.
games and getting
In
some.
the top of the third,
some
but
reps,
Tide
I
defense
reckon.
returns the favor.
Yeah, I think that's right.
The Jaguars have their best hitter at the plate with a runner in scoring position.
I saw Nitro in here too. We had
Mombelli already
JYK,
has a
Wamblero,
single here in
Sean
this game. That
James
was back
is
in
in
the
the
first inning.
house.
Now
I
comes
saw a couple
Alabama
other
pitching
names I
coach
didn't
Lance
recognize
McMahon.
too.
But somehow I know the damn
And
feed
if
that
you're
I had
Caitlin
was
Palazzi, you have to
had
continue to
stopped
work
and
through the
put us
zone,
an inning
as we talked
behind, so
about
we missed
earlier.
the one
Misses
run.
are just too big
Alabama,
right now, so
we
it
missed
doesn't give the batter a
part of the
consistent
second
look.
inning.
It doesn't give the umpire a consistent look.
I
You
got you.
start to nibble
Shit,
around the
sometimes
corners.
it's
Hitters are more
aggravating.
likely to chase. Then you can play around with your pitch call a little bit more. But right now, her misses are a little bit too high.
Sean James is in the
Ones are a
house.
little
He
too
has
low.
his badge too. He's
It's kind of a
deputized.
surprise to
What's
see
up,
the
Outlaw,
ball strike
Killer,
distribution.
everybody?
One more ball than strike so far for Palazzi.
And this is an Alabama staff that's really known for pounding the zone. Limited walks on the season. They attack hitters, go right at them. And that's the adjustment you're looking to see from Palazzi if you're
Throw the
Coach Lance
ball.
McMahon.
Throw the ball. She better than everybody. She's all-time best
The
ever.
speedy Lively on second and a 3-1 count now on Mombelli.
JYK, Bama has one of the best pitching staffs in the country.
Although Texas did get us pretty good in that first game.
Yeah,
Ball 4.
but y'all tapped. That was the pitcher
This is a
that
really
y'all
great
that pitched
at-bat
against
from
y'all in game
Mombelli.
one is also the
Swings at
pitcher
that
that y'all
first rise
beat up in
ball
game
up and out of
3.
the zone, but
But-
then she's able to learn from that. She takes what is just about the same exact pitch for ball 4.
I think if I might be remembering that wrong, but I thought Kavan started the number 3 game.
Popped out on the first pitch last time, and she'll fly out on the first pitch here in the third. Chance missed by the Jags, and we go.
Is that right, JYK? Is that what you're
Tied
saying?
up
Was Kavan started game the rubber match, right? I think that's what I remember.
The best commercial in ESPN history is on. So we can talk, man. Love that commercial. I love it, man. Now you see that furry-headed girl at the top and that bald-headed guy up there. And he replaced that with me and Kill a Breeze.
That's right.
We are softball. We are softball. Like Kill a Breeze.
We are the softball.
Today.
That's
Give me
right.
hell today. Give me hell today about liking softball, fucker.
Hey,
get me riled up on the phone.
Oh, dude, I'm such a yeah. I was being a bitch this morning. 18. By the way, did you notice we got the same amount of viewers on X right now that we do YouTube? That's kind of different for us on softball.
It is. We're getting to where we getting out there.
And we got an early
it's
start.
Just this game starts at such a stupid time. I don't know why.
Yeah.
I don't understand why they started getting at 5 o'clock instead of 6.
I don't either.
I mean, what's the point? I mean, what's the point, man? I mean, give people time enough to get off from work. Let people get off from work so they can come to the game or watch the game.
I agree.
Most people don't get off to 5 and don't get home to 5:30 or 6. And it ain't like I don't think we have a baseball game today. So if baseball was on tonight, that'd be different. I would understand what they were doing, and we might be playing baseball tonight. I'm not sure.
I don't know. I didn't look actually. Let's see.
I know our baseball team's doing well as well.
Yeah, y'all beat us up and down the flipping diamond in our series. You didn't have to be that mean about it.
Well, y'all did win a game. At least y'all didn't get swept like the barn monkeys.
That is true.
My picks aren't going well, but that's okay.
Let's
Kristen
see
White. Harrison couldn't keep her feet, and I'll tell you what else has gone well. Kristen White in the starting lineup the last couple games. Lead off aboard for the Tide here in the third.
Kristen White has so much speed, and this is just a perfectly placed bunt. It is off the end of her bat. It's going to go right back
she
up
would have
the
came to
middle towards the
Alabama.
pitcher, and by the time she fields it,
She wasn't going nowhere but
honestly,
Nebraska. She was following the man meat. She had to go follow the man meat from Nebraska.
Laugh with Harrison.
Hey, by the way, the baseball team does play tonight.
That's all you can do in those situations.
That's probably why they've done it then.
They play at 6.
I fell a few times mid-game.
In
I
Tuscaloosa?
fell
Yep.
against Georgia right at third base.
Hey, Sanford.
Completely tripped.
That's so
went down.
stupid, man.
It happens.
That's too close
It would
together. They
happen
should
if
have
I ran
scheduled the game
Taco
for
Hot Sauce.
7:30 or something.
Yeah,
Speaking
I'm
of
kind
running,
of
there
confused
goes
by that.
Kristen White. Good throw by Smith, but a
Safe.
hit late and a runner in scoring position here in the third.
Ainsley
Yeah.
Smith does a really good job with this, but Kristen White gets a great
I didn't
shot.
realize that.
She is so fast, and even though that throw is right
Yeah,
on the
man,
money, it's
I
just
thought-
a little too late. And Kristen White
Somebody needs to
is
pull her
safe.
eyelashes off. That shit
Or
aggravates
is
the
it?
hell out of me. For
Looks
some
like
reason.
Becky
I can't
Clark is
stand
going to
eyelashes.
challenge the call at second.
The call on the field is that the runner left on time. South Alabama is challenging that call.
Well, no disputing
And you
safer
got the
out at
plainest
second.
hat that
In
you can
fact, we're
find.
going to look back at the very
Don't
start.
have
Did
SEC
Kristen White
on it
leave
or nothing.
early, or was she on time?
Just a black
I
hat.
think this is a good call by Coach
Where
Clark.
is that?
She talked about momentum earlier,
That
and something like
umpire
this,
that
you
was
get the lead
talking.
off
Oh, the
for
ump?
Alabama,
Yeah,
steal
his hair
second
is
base,
just
and
black.
maybe she did leave early. That could be a momentum stopper and go in the Jags' favor.
Oh, somebody's getting naked.
Yeah. She take her eyelashes off too once she's
Way
there.
early.
Way early. And the ruling here is you cannot leave the bag until the pitcher releases
That
the
shit's
ball. So you
crazy
see
to
her
me, man.
foot
I agree.
way off the
How they-
bag before
It's
Riley
one thing to
Harrison
just
released the ball.
wear them out in public, period. It's another thing to play with them during the game. What
And
if
it
they
just goes
pop
to
off
show
and
how
get in your
quick
eyeballs
Ainsley
and
Smith
shit?
was with that throw.
Dude, I totally
That
agree.
close.
And I mean, dude, I
Kristen
saw
White leaving
I
that
literally
is really
I
impressive
saw a
with her
girl
behind
the
dish.
other day in Houston, Dude, the fake
Here's
eyelashes
the
were
Hawkeye
like
look. I think it'll
2
show us what
inches
we already know
long,
at this
dude.
point.
I mean, they were long, man. It couldn't have been more
And that
obvious.
is about as early as you can possibly be.
Absolutely.
She left early. They're gonna make her go back. They don't call her out.
Especially knowing video review is available now, and
Is that too early? Is that too early? Is she?
how
Yeah,
often
it
people go
probably
to this
is.
call,
But
I
man,
think
it's such
as
a
runner, you
dumbass.
sometimes
Like,
have to err on the late side, which is tough. But
when it's close like
there's so
that,
many
that to
camera
me is
angles.
like,
So if you leave even a little bit early, the cameras will get you.
her arm is clearly
Here's the
coming
call.
down.
After review, the runner at first base left early. She is out.
Well, whoever the
South
spotter
Alabama has both
is
challenges remaining.
in the
I
South
hate the
Alabama
rules.
dugout.
I mean, I
Good
understand.
job.
Do
saw
they have
it.
a same
Becky
rule in
Clark to
baseball?
challenge, and South Alabama will keep both challenges.
Yeah, I
one
would
down here
imagine,
in the
but
third.
honestly, dude, I don't know. Let me find out.
I didn't know
Like
there
we
was such
said, that's a
thing as
momentum
leaving
killer
early.
for the
Because I
outfield
know in
Crimson Tide. You
baseball,
having
you
to
just
jump
got to
on and
be able to
in
catch
Yeah,
and
no,
finish
they
it.
don't have that in
Are the
baseball.
best hitters.
No.
That
So
makes
you
no
You don't have to
sense.
be on the bag at all, but you have to be on the bag until the ball leaves
And
the
it's a no
pitcher's
pitch,
hand
so
in
now
softball.
officially the first
Yeah, that
pitch
don't make no sense.
to Alexis Papillo is
Yeah, I
in there
hate the
for ball
rule.
one. Papillo grounded out in the first and has made a massive jump here this year, really in every statistical category.
And she's changed up her stride a little bit. She's gone to more of a toe tap. She's keeping her heel up off the ground. more
Tammy
than she
Burton
did
in
last
his
year.
house.
And timing is
That is
The
so
queen.
crazy.
If you can be on time,
That
you
is so
can just
crazy.
about
I was
anything.
just about to say,
Now,
if we
within
had
reason,
Tammy Burton in
before
here,
you come after
she'd
me
be able to
about
answer the
being an
question
aggressive
for
hitter,
us.
Gray.
So,
If
Tammy,
you are on time
in
and
college
you are hunting
softball,
something, that is the key to
you have to
success.
keep your foot on the bag until the
Come
ball
after you
leaves the
because you
pitcher's
did
hand.
play
What if you
well.
want to steal second base?
It was
I will
You
admit,
can't
interesting.
I
steal
like
before the
first
ball
pitch.
leaves the pitcher's
I'll admit
hand?
it.
Well, there was a stat for it. You liked it so much. It was interesting talking to Papillo and
Tammy is
hearing
the
her
queen
talk on Good Morning
of
Softball America
diamonds
this week
in the Outlaw
about
Posse.
the prep work.
That's a
that
good
she and the
nickname.
entire
Queen
team
Bee,
have really put
the
in,
Queen
and
of
it's an
Diamonds.
interesting
I love
position
it.
for Alabama to be
That's right.
in, having a midweek right after
The Queen
Easter
of
weekend. They
Diamonds.
did
That's a
not
good
have
one.
practice
Go-
yesterday, so kind of coming in a
go to
little
the
on the
throne
fly in this
and-
matchup on a Tuesday.
Be the king
And
of the
after an
throne.
off
I'll be right
day,
back.
You have two choices as a player.
That's striked out to
There you
center
go.
field. The reach base streak will continue, and Papillo's on with one out here in the third.
Papillo doing a really good job. Gets this ball on the outer corner, but you see she's towing the line. So this ball might be a ball on the outer half, but because she's so
What's
close
up,
to the
Christian
plate, she gets
Atkinson?
that reach, gets her barrel there, and drives it up the middle for a base hit.
In steps Brooke Wells.
And talking to Coach Murphy, going back to what we were talking about earlier, they had Easter Sunday off and then yesterday, Monday off as well. So as an offense and as a team as a whole, you have an opportunity to
So you don't
get
have to have
rest,
your foot on
which
the
is
bag to
really
steal.
important as an athlete, and B, get a little bit of time to hit on your own.
I'm at a little jam job, seeing eye single for Brooke
But
Wells.
then you have to, but if you're not stealing, you got to retreat
And
to
this
the
is a good
bag. Like,
pitch
I don't
by Riley
understand. So you
Harrison.
can't
Brooke
lead
Wells
off
is
the
just
bag?
So strong. She jams her up, but we've seen the home run numbers for Brooke Wells, and it's just that pure strength that leads to that ball getting through.
What's up, Richard?
Third hit of the inning for Alabama, and up comes the freshman Roman. So I'll ask you, how important is film on your own, prep on your own on those off days? Again, you don't have practice. It's a quote-unquote off day, but you still have to get ready.
Everybody's
for your
starting to
next
trickle
game.
in now.
And film
Everybody's
is a
coming
personal
home
preference thing.
from work.
Some hitters
So
love
we got
to watch film. They
23
watch
now.
film until, their eyes feel heavy, but other hitters watch a little bit, see what they need to see,
It was about 9 or
and then
10
move on.
earlier.
But it really is, what are you looking for
What was?
when you watch film?
The people in here, it's about 9 or 10 that start because it's so
And to
early.
me, as a hitter, there's
Oh,
a couple
yeah.
options. You can look at a
So the
pitcher,
closer we get to
see
6
what people
o'clock,
are getting
the
hits
more
on.
it's going
So
to
what are the
uptick for us
pitcher's
probably.
mistakes? And you can go up there and hunt that. Or the other option is see what the pitcher does well. If it's a rise ball pitcher, see if you can hunt that rise ball, take away her best pitch, and then you can work down to the other.
JYK, you would love my life.
Pitch or hunt the mistake.
We'll see which way
You would
Wyoming
love
goes
my
as
life.
Kinley
It's
Pate
chaos.
comes in to pinch run at first.
Monday through Friday. Oh, is that what you meant, by the way?
What's that?
It's lifted.
JYK said he loves him some chaos. I said, well, JYK, if you love chaos, you would love my life because it's flat chaos from Monday through Friday.
JYK said he might be able to get me a gig in Korea.
Oh, shit. Doing what? Teaching English?
Say goodbye to forced upgrades and unexpected fees. The only trick up our sleeve is free federal tax filing for everyone.
Nice.
Plus, filing a state.
On the ground and through the right side. Papillo races around third, and Anna Roman has an RBI
There
save.
you go.
Woo!
And we might take this one open.
Anna Roman, she sees this ball up and away, but she stays aggressive with her swing. She's towing the line just like Papillo.
Who does Alabama play this weekend? I don't forget.
It. Alexis Papillo sees that this ball is through all the way. No
hold on, I got it right
hesitation
here.
from her, and she scores easily.
And this is what Coach Clark was talking about. You can feel that Alabama
Auburn.
offense
Barn
starting
monkeys.
to gain more.
Ah, yeah. That's
Barn
fun.
monkeys.
Situation too, which is
At
really
Auburn.
tough
Tim
defensively.
Burton said you can lead
You
off the
have
bag at any
the freshman
time.
of
That
the
was
week,
always how we
Taylor,
played.
up in the box. A lot of pressure being put.
You're playing at
on
Auburn.
right now.
That's great. You go down there and embarrass them at the barn.
At the barn.
That's right.
And then after that,
It's pretty amazing, though, ain't it? The two Crimson Nations are playing their biggest rivals this week, both
Taylor
of them, on
strikes
the road.
one out to center that was caught by Lively.
yeah, that's
So
right. Yeah,
lead
that
off
is
the
crazy,
second.
actually.
This year hitting .444 with runners in scoring position.
So y'all play Auburn, and then y'all play
And you can see
Kentucky?
the big difference. Again,
And then you
mainly
play
a pinch hitter in
Tennessee,
February that Coach Murphy was talking
and you
last
finish
weekend
the
about how
year
Amber Taylor really
home
just
against
forced him
South
to put
Carolina.
her in the lineup and keep her there.
There's only 4 series
And it's
left
a
after
power
this
like
weekend.
that. Really, anytime she makes contact,
Seatbelt
if
Mafia's
it's
in the house. What's
somewhat
up, dude?
held, it looks pretty good off the bat.
Absolutely. And what's really fun is she, in her pinch hits, had 2 back-to-back home runs. So in 2 pinch hit appearances, she went yard. And that's extremely difficult to do.
What's
It's
different,
obviously
Rich?
it
Extremely
is.
difficult to do as a hitter that's in the everyday lineup. And so it's situations like those. She came in clutch for the Crimson Tide over and over again.
Obviously, it
and
is
worked her
different
way
in
into the
college
lineup
because
that
they
is
got
now a
her
staple
for leaving
them
early.
in the 4 spot.
That got all the way back.
Oh!
Pate will score with ease. And Roman's
Breaking
gonna
it
get back
wide
on second
open.
base. I think she thought it was a foul ball. A run is in. It's 3-0.
And this is a tough play for Ainsley Smith behind the dish. It almost looks like a screwball or a missed curveball that's going to run down and away. I think big ticket there is make sure glove first when you're blocking. Always glove first. Even if your legs can't catch up, at least your glove can get there and kind of block the ball up with just your mitt if you have to.
It is a wild pitch by Harrison. And a continued battle with Ambry Taylor. Here's the 8th pitch.
That's outside.
It's a really good spot by Riley
That's
Harrison.
outside.
Knowing that Ambry Taylor has been fouling off a lot of
They
pitches.
must be
goes
looking
to
at a
that
different pole.
curveball in the outer
It
half.
looks like they got
just
Alabama
a
like
little
number
bit
3
outside, but a really competitive
screen
spot.
up there. It must be a different pole they're looking at.
That's probably the ESPN poll, man. That's not really the main poll.
And nobody gives a shit
Ooh, and that
about the
one hurts.
ESPN poll.
Taylor fouls it off. And she'll take it back to walk and have a bit of a laugh.
Those never
I was
feel
surprised
good.
that Oklahoma in the
You'll see
RPI
players
poll
nowadays
was
wearing
much
the
lower
big
than their ranking. They were like
logo
8th
shields
in the
on
It's
their
RPI.
because of the
helmets and on
loss
their
to Long
shins.
Beach.
Oh, okay.
When you take a ball off the foot like that.
That was the way that or at least that's what I heard on this Softball America podcast. They were talking about that last week because that's actually them climbing up in the RPI. They were down at like 16 a couple of weeks ago.
Taylor will hobble on down to first and continue to shake off
and
that
so
foul ball.
apparently the loss to Long Beach, and then in addition, no other top-ranked teams had a bad loss like that.
Good job by Taylor in that at bat of just seeing pitches, fouling things off.
Will Smith said the RPI pool was horrible.
Pitch in that at bat that set her up.
I always thought the RPI was the most reliable.
Well, there's a KPI that apparently is the most reliable, but I'm sure Alabama is number one in that too.
Foul off what I need to and work the count for a walk.
And that has been an element of her game.
One thing I have an issue with the poll is Texas Tech. I think Oklahoma should at least be number 2.
And I think part of it is that.
So in the ESPN poll, Oklahoma is number 2, but they have Texas Tech 1 and Bama 3, which is retarded.
Yeah.
Big spot for Riley Harrison against Marley Giles.
Bama should be 1 in all the polls. I bet you dollars to donuts, Bama's. I'm going to look right now. I guarantee you they're number 1 in the KPI polls, too.
We did beat the number 1 team, 2 out of 3, defending national champions. So you think that.
Hold on, I'll tell you. I'm sure they are, dude. Apparently, KPI is new as well.
And this is what we were talking about earlier.
KPI is supposed to be an improvement on RPI, supposedly.
And she's got another hit. Roman will throw on the brakes at third, and the Tide has them loaded.
Well, now.
Marley Giles doing
bases loaded, 1 out.
This pitch. It's left.
Let me get a run rule out of this game.
Good height for her to get really good barrel on it.
Today I want a run rule game. Not in the mood to be no 7 innings today.
Seeing that ball in front of her all the way, knowing that she's not going to have an opportunity to score.
Lord, come on.
Exactly.
Here we go.
JYK says Texas Tech has played some sorry-ass teams. That's my point.
Well, another quick visit for South Alabama.
Hell, even Jody Ball's sorry-ass team beat Texas
Riley
Tech.
Harrison has got to dig deep and find a way out of it.
All right.
And when you're on defense in this moment, you know, you can think about this.
I hope Nebraska and Oklahoma play in the softball playoff. That'd be sweet.
Play opportunity here. We've got a bunch
That'd
of
be some ratings out there for us.
Keep it in the infield, and we could make something
Yes, it
happen.
would.
And so I think some of that is just that mindset. You know, Coach Clark was talking about being competitive and limiting the big innings.
Maybe we need to do a Texas Tech game.
Jaguars to show that.
The problem is Harrison now faces Audrey.
So y'all are
a 12 versus 12 battle. Vandergriff walked into second.
God dang it! Where in the hell is it?
400 with the bases loaded, including.
Well, I can't find it, but I'm sure y'all are number 1 in the KPI.
Over Liberty back in February.
Womblero says that Diamond Sports rankings are much better. Never heard of it.
Lately, I think that move to the
I'll take your word for it.
Has been key for her. She just looks comfortable.
Why can't I find a KPI? I'm sitting here trying to.
This will stay in play, and making the basket catch is Brandstetter for a massive, unproductive second out.
Massive.
Yeah, Alabama's number.
Riley Harrison doing a good job of getting.
Alabama's number 1 on the Diamond Sports rankings.
And then Olivia Brandstetter.
You know what's interesting?
With her catcher, Ansley Smith.
Arkansas is number 2. Texas is 3. Tennessee is 4. Florida is 5, and Oklahoma is 6. Right in front of Jordy Ball in Nebraska at 7. Texas Tech is 9.
Strike 1 to Salem Hawkins.
Wow.
How about that?
Arkansas played us tough. They beat us in one of those games.
Oh, they're good.
Numbers in particular,
they're really good.
Really go up. Already more RBIs this year than she had in 2025. That's well struck out to left field, but backing up on the track is Bachhaus.
Big wins early on.
A couple runs for Alabama, but they strand them. And we go to the fourth, 3-0 tie.
Come on, Alabama. Yeah, the bases loaded with 1 out, and you didn't get shit.
Yeah. They got this.
The calmness of this commercial just makes me feel so
It's
good.
so nice, isn't
I
it?
love it.
Maybe you ought to play Tammy Burton's theme song. Seems
What's that?
fitting.
Oh, really? She likes that song, don't she?
Well, I thought it was good. Where is it? No, that's good too.
I thought this was it.
What's the one that you did that has the saxophone or something early on?
Beer and a cold one in my lap. Earnhardt sticker behind my head and my woman by my side. Tailpipes popping, the radio's rocking, country boy can survive. If you got a problem with that, you can kiss my country ass.
That's good stuff. No, it was the intro music for a wrestler.
Oh, okay. That's good too.
Yeah, that's it. That's good stuff right there. You gotta love that. There's your coach.
Hello, ladies.
That's good stuff. I don't care
But
who
she
you
ended up
are.
walking.
That's good stuff.
She just got a powerful bat.
And Coach, what are you liking from what you're seeing from freshman Caitlin Palazzi in the circle?
I think she's doing pretty well. You know, we tried to pitch around their best hitter, the first baseman. She did a good job there. Got the next kid to pop out to left, and for the most part, she's getting ahead, and her pitches are moving. So far, so good.
Good stuff, Coach. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, welcome back, Allie.
Thank you, Coach.
Thanks for being here, you guys.
It's Alabama head coach Patrick.
He don't seem like, I ain't saying this because he's my coach, but he don't seem like he don't seem as dicky as Mike White, does he?
He's not. I don't understand the Pat Murphy
so far.
I don't understand the Pat Murphy hate.
Hit allowed in 3.
I don't get it.
The bigger thing to circle is the 3 walks and 0 strikeouts so far, but South Alabama
Mike White is
found much to barrel.
First of all, Pat Murphy doesn't annoy me at all, but Mike White, there's no one close to Mike White.
Pitching staff usually very good with their ball to strike ratio, usually really good with their walk to strikeout ratio. So Caitlin Palazzi looking to work through the zone a little bit more this inning.
JYK agrees.
2-2 now for the freshman.
Mike
Harold
White had to
Ryan.
bend the knee twice last week.
We talked about has already won Sunbelt Player of the Week here this year. Great career at Tate High School. She was the
Mike White. I mean, it's just so great watching them lose.
And she waits on the change. Second single of the day for the Jaguars on that pitch.
Yeah, he does. You're right about that. JYK said he tries to bother the opposing pitchers.
Yes.
Just leaves this changeup a
He
little
knows
high
what he's
and it
doing.
allows
He's an asshole.
her barrel behind
They do it every game. Every time they play someone, you'll see him constantly questioning things. All he's doing is trying to disrupt momentum when the other team is doing well.
Yeah, there should be a limitation on the amount of meetings you can have during the game, man. It's just astronomical.
Has come in for South
You know damn good and well that is coached.
In the country.
They don't just do that on their own. He's coaching them to do that.
Freshman out of Ocean Springs, Mississippi. Not only reliable on the base paths, but she's top 10 in the Sun Belt in stolen bases, 11 for 12 here this year.
And that's going to put a lot of pressure on the defense, and it's going to shift how you play defensively. If you're Salem Hawkins, you know that you're going to have to vacate to cover that throw. So now it leaves the 5-6 hole a little bit more open.
I have a feeling I know why the X numbers are up.
Why is that?
because
Stagner.
more
that
Alabama
one back.
fans are taking interest in this in softball now to number one.
For
Nice.
the Stagner
My
family
X
legacy.
account is more Alabama
At South
fans than
Alabama,
my
we mentioned
YouTube.
older sister
My
Gabby.
YouTube is more Oklahoma.
Set a lot of records down in Mobile.
Hey,
including
man.
career
Whatever,
home runs.
whatever works. Whatever works.
And Stagner's another one in this
We're getting
lineup
up
that
there,
has a couple
starting to,
different timing mechanisms.
It's just
in her
turned
arsenal.
6
She
o'clock,
can
so
float
people
her
are only
foot
just
into
starting to
that
get home
leg
right
kick a little
now.
bit more.
Called strike 3.
Oh, wow.
Palazzi paints the outer edge.
Good one. JYK says that Mike
This is a
White
great
has
spot by
menopause.
Palazzi. It's a curveball on the outer
That's
edge.
probably true.
Marley Giles with a really good frame back there, getting around it, nicks the corner for strike 3.
First K for Palazzi as Sydney Stewart fouls off the first pitch. I think it's a good sign for the South Alabama offense. You know, this is a squad that struggled with strikeouts on the offensive side, but that was just the first one tonight. They put a lot of balls in play and made the Alabama defense work.
And that was part of their offensive plan when talking to coach before the game. They wanted to commit to a pitch, be competitive, understand that this environment can make or break you. So she's trying to expand capacity, as she said.
This is another one in play. Hubbard will track it down, 2 away.
But going back to what we were saying, she wants to expand their capacity for challenges, for being in big environments like this so that they can feel like they can step into any stadium in the country and be successful.
Well, an early pinch hitter.
I remember that.
It'll be the senior out of Brantley, Alabama, the transfer from Troy, Caden Dunn. He's not gotten a ton of at-bats the last few weeks. Just 1 for 1 in the last 5 games. First pitch in the air to left. Vandegrift will settle underneath.
Very nice.
And the inning ends. Well, the leadoff single does no damage, and Alabama.
Juan Bolero says White. Well,
My bad.
go ahead.
Go ahead.
White throws his own players under the bus if it fits his narrative. Did so to Bella Dayton, who was thrown out at home after he waved her home and then tried to tell her to stop.
Yep. I remember that.
Pretend you like you didn't wave her in.
He's just an ass, man.
Did he really do that, or did y'all just say that?
No, he did that. He did that.
I mean, I'll go along with it. I don't care.
No, it's true. Bella was one of their. I think she was a senior that year, if I remember correctly.
I thought y'all might be trolling him.
No, it's real. He's an ice hole. Yeah, she was upset because it was a chicken shit move, man.
Oh, Mikey White.
For your coach to do that to you is pretty weak.
Sold his whites. He done sold his whites in Tuscaloosa. Sold his little underwear.
Yes, he did. He wet his diaper.
Now you would be even better than what we did to him is if y'all beat him in Austin. That would be
Man,
great.
I want it to happen so bad. I mean, but it's gonna be tough regardless. Like the main thing would just be, can our pitching hold up? That's gonna be I think, in my opinion, I tend to think our hitting will be okay.
Texas A&M.
I just don't know.
Against Georgia in College Station. Aggies won that series 2-1. And Kendall Wells keeps on setting
There's
records.
the one
New
thing
SEC
choke job,
single-season
Texas
record
A&M
holder in home
package.
runs already. And 30 on the year ties the D1 freshman mark. A fear for Laura Espinosa's record. For
Well, guess
overall
what? She gets to
single-season
beat
home
him
runs.
against
I think
Texas.
that is definitely
Ain't that
in jeopardy,
ironic?
if not already broken by the time we get to
She gets to
postseason.
break the record
And
against
Kendall
Texas.
Wells has just been phenomenal for OU. And
Okay, so now I'm confused, Tammy. If you can lead at any time, what the F is leaving early? If I can lead at any time, why do you get called for leaving early, running on the bases?
Jocelyn Allo.
Am I tripping? What am I missing?
Interesting that they're all at 30.
Because I know you're right.
I have a feeling.
I'm saying I don't understand.
Prediction that Kendall Wells will hit.
You can lead off the bag at any time.
If she continues like
to
she
steal,
is, she may hit
then
plenty.
why? Then why do you have to be on the bag until the pitcher's hand, until the ball leaves the pitcher's hand? Does that make sense? What's up, Terry?
Terry says it's good to see both of y'all spend a few minutes. The total package, Outlaw and Killer, and the OU basketball team is disappointed. Well, I mean, they didn't make it to the finals of that tournament, so that wasn't too bad.
Oklahoma goes to Austin to take on Texas.
I think you got $100,000 for the second place.
In the standings right now, Alabama goes to Auburn, who's really been struggling of late.
It's been a while since me and Killers both been on the same time, but we really wasn't on the same time day either because the game started so early.
We're up to almost 30 now in the chat. We got 20 on YouTube and 8 on X.
Looking down the stretch for SEC. That's definitely one of
Appreciate y'all joining us tonight to watch Alabama, the new #1.
It wasn't allowed today. They called her out for leaving early. They did a review. They did a preview of it or replay of it, and they called her out. Tammy,
the pitching staff for Mississippi State
called her
has
out.
been incredible. When you watch some of the movement on the curveballs that they're able to throw over there, it's really impressive what they've been able to do.
Good movement by Harrison. That's her first
Terry.
of the game.
You're looking at the ball, Terry.
Harrison goes to this curveball. She knows that Hubbard fouled the ball off hard to her pull side earlier, so she's going to put this curveball on the outer half.
Have you been paying attention to the polls, Terry? Yeah, Alabama's pretty good.
See how Harrison.
Baseball and softball.
White. First time up, White.
Alabama and Oklahoma both good in baseball and softball this year.
She's an athlete that has a lot of tools in her tool belt. She can bunt, slap, hit away occasionally.
This is a slap.
There you go.
She'll be
there
safe.
you go.
That's textbook right there from Kristen White to turn the lineup over.
This is just
what do they mean by that terminology for those that's just now watching softball? What does turn the lineup over mean?
What is what?
Turn the lineup over.
I think they mean turning it over in the batting lineup. So like you've made it all the way through.
No, she was called for leaving early.
They did challenge
earlier in the game. Let's see if
that's the thing. They challenged her leaving early.
No dice on the first
and
pitch
challenge was upheld for South Alabama that she did leave the bag early.
Especially with how close that throw was.
It was off of
a challenge. Smith, even with her leaving early.
I'm confused.
It was off of a challenge that they called her out. The umpires had originally said she was good, and then they had a challenge and they called her out, which is stupid. I don't get it either.
I'm sure the entire South Alabama dugout is watching the feet of Kristen White.
Yep.
Really good job there by
like
Ainsley
Wombalero
said. Kristen White has speed. She blocks that ball up and then immediately pops up, anticipating if she has to throw.
I guess when they're stealing now, they're just leaving right when the ball leaves her hand.
What you cooking, Terry? What you cooking? I don't know if the ball was live or not. She was pitching the ball.
3-1. There goes White. It's a strike, and
whoa, not even close. She beat that out by a country mile.
Yeah, that was probably the gayest throw I've ever seen. She's like just locked it up. And she's like, catch the ball. Here it comes.
Gets another good jump. Even though that throw is on the money, she's still safe.
Payoff. Papillo stays alive.
All right. I'm telling you, you would think these midweek games against these like lower in-state schools would be blowouts, but man, a lot of times they're not.
Early, especially knowing that she had
already plus, you're trying to get some work for the players that usually play, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Like you said, we got our third best pitcher in today. Trying to get her some work.
Yep. Which is what you need to do. I mean, because she's going to pitch a lot of innings in the World Series for sure.
What kind of barbecue do we have here? I'm not the biggest barbecue guy. A lot of people ask me that question. But a lot of people swear by Dreamland.
Ball 4.
And I've gone to a place called Bama Barbecue. But I don't go there for the barbecue. I go there for the smoked wings. The smoked wings at Bama Barbecue are on point.
She's going to see this rise.
What's up, William Johnson? Good to see you, man. Appreciate you joining us today.
It takes a lot of mental toughness and knowing your plan to be able to lay off that pitch.
Well, South Alabama has gotten out of danger a few times, continued to linger in this game. But now with 2 on and 1 out, here's Brooke Wells, who had that.
All right, let's see if Bama can make some noise here.
And you can see Brooke Wells in her stance. She's very low in her legs. And so almost like Papillo, but in a different way, she's very quick to the ball, very short with her swing, but she's going to load into those legs, and that's what helps her to unlock that power. And she's just a little late.
Funky stance in the batter's box or behind the plate.
She normally does in her swing, so her back elbow's dipping, her barrel's getting outside of her a little bit more, and that causes her to be just slightly off time.
So what's the quick fix there as a hitter?
Control.
Which stance, Womblero?
Which is your back
batter's box or behind the plate? Batter's box.
Get that back elbow into what's called the slot a little bit faster, so tuck it into your side and then keep it there as you go through the ball.
I'm trying to think. I can't.
Now, if you are struggling,
I don't know, man. I've never noticed anything to be abnormal about it. I'm trying to think about it right now, and I
account for the fact that you're going to lag a little bit.
What is it that you find
here's the payoff.
funky?
Wells was on time.
That's
there.
gone.
There's a 3-run shot.
Very nice.
The little adjustment leads to a big swing, and Alabama leads it 6-0 here in the 4th.
Easter was good, Terry. Hope yours was good as well.
Brooke Wells does exactly what we were just talking about. She's going to get to this pitch, and she's going to keep that back elbow right past her ribs. Keeps her.
She knew it right after she hit it. You could tell.
Drive this ball over the right field wall for her.
She knew that as soon as she made contact. That was about as good as you can do it
in a midweek game here this year.
And I think it's her being so deep in her legs that allows her to have that opposite field power like that. Especially for righties, it's
her swing, dude, is just so efficient. Like there's almost no wasted movement.
But Brooke Wells doing a really good job.
She's just a
ball going the opposite way.
She's just a
the lefty
tight spring, just popping loose. It's pretty awesome. It's pretty damn awesome.
When as we were talking about,
her swing is just really efficient. That's what I noticed. You missed it, man.
It was Brooke Wells that applied the burn.
3-run home run, dude.
Oh man, they missed it.
A few runners on base, but continuing to put pressure on, waiting for that one hitter to get the big hit. And in this case, it was.
It just shows you that I'm still not as fervent about softball as I am football, because if football wouldn't got it went anywhere.
We got 30 people in the chat now. 21 on YouTube and 9 on X. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. if you hit the subscribe button, you're going to become like 10 points cooler. Easy.
Maybe even 20.
2-2 from
and
Harrison.
you're definitely going to get better looking.
It's full again.
So hit that subscribe button because you will be better. Hit the look. Get a mirror ready. Hit that subscribe button and then bam, look in the mirror because you're going to be going, damn, I got better looking just from subscribing to the Outlaws channel. And it was free.
Right.
And then if I wanted to subscribe, it was only $2.99 a month, which is only 75 cents a week. Half a bottle for the bottle of water for the Outlaw.
Is able to keep passing.
That's what you're going to see.
Runner in scoring position.
Look in that mirror.
Out.
I mean, just look what happened to us. Like we created a channel and it made us better looking from the get. Look how sexy we become.
She drives it into the ground.
I mean,
Mombelli over there has a hard time.
I'm just trying to say.
But Anna Roman
and all the sexy people up in here.
In front of her as she's rounding first.
We got the Malaysian Pink Daddy in here, JYK. Got the Queen of Diamonds
to make it to second base first.
And Daddy Diamonds himself, Richard Burton.
As Larissa Pruitt comes in to pinch
I'm the hot guy in the RV park.
Alabama.
You don't take much. As long as you got all your teeth and you ain't batshit crazy, you can qualify for the high guy in the RV park.
I actually do have some merch. I got a merch store. It was just that we had some issues with it at one time. There's a little merch store. It's the Outlaw of College Football stuff on the YouTube channel. One Bolero. Matter of fact, I got something right here I can show you. One Bolero.
Patrick Murphy about the young lady about to step in.
Outlaw of College Football Cup.
SEC freshman of the week, and
that shit keeps coffee so warm. Damn.
All the way from putting this into run rule territory.
Nothing like the warmness of an outlaw of college football.
Final 3 outs.
Coffee mug.
She's had 2 really good at bats so far today, seeing the ball well.
John Petrie said only, and I mean only because of you two, I'm now watching an Alabama versus South Alabama softball game. What's really going on? What's going on?
Me and Kilbreeze have become a
Mombelli.
We're softball aficionados, man. Let's just say it.
This has popped up. Redemption.
Well, we've become an asset for softball. They should start thinking about us as far as doing this stuff and being sponsored and paid to do it.
I'm just saying, nobody brings pretty accurate, not 100%, but pretty accurate, man, information like we do.
That's right.
If you want to get most of the facts right, you come to Killer Breeze and softball, god dang it.
By Marley Giles.
The color commentators, we don't have just one on here. Both of us are color.
Second, single in the third.
If you want to hear a guy talk about that girl's beauty as well as her screwball,
which is
Killers
why
and
they're going
that's right.
First pitch change up there, knowing that she's
get out.
Trying to work that off speed.
If you want honesty, this is the place.
There you go. But whatever that's worth to whoever that's worth today.
That's right.
Making softball great again. You damn right, Richard. You damn right. I don't know what the hell's going on with Trump anymore, but I know this. We're going to make softball great again.
That's right.
Again,
softball is already great. We just didn't know it until we come in here and found it.
Righty batter. Sometimes it's hard to.
Actually, Killer Breeze introduced me to the concept. Well, him and NIL Commish. NIL Commish got me started too.
Giles out towards right
That's
field.
Gone.
And that'll get over the head of Dees. Pruitt scores.
Oh.
Giles stopped at second.
Stop.
And Patrick Murphy wanted her to keep going.
Will Smith said we put the rise in the rise ball.
Somebody gonna get run ruled.
Yeah.
Marley Giles does a really good job of squaring up.
We put the rise in the rise ball, man.
It's low in the zone, lets it in deep, drives it to the outer half. But a big thing here is
So
she
says
to be able
Will
to
Smith.
pick up her coach at third base as she's rounding.
By the way,
second.
I like your movie,
As
Independence
you
Day.
round, you kind of
Awesome
lose
movie.
sight of the right fielder. So then your job is to look to your coach at third base, and he or she
That was a good one.
I should look up the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air theme
Patrick
song
Murphy's
just for
not
Will
laughing, but
Smith.
Kristen White was doubled over in the dugout talking with Giles.
Yeah, that's one of those things.
I ain't gonna lie, man. I low key like Fresh Prince of
Bel-Air.
Bel-Air.
Third base and be even closer.
John said we put the ass in class. Now listen, I got a good ass too. Don't be fooled. I know you don't see it, but I'm just telling you. You don't know how right you are about that.
That's right.
My ass just puts off heat. It's so good
so
looking.
Harrison gets out of it with the strikeout.
Mine puts off heat, but for other
4
reasons.
runs in the fourth, and the big
Mine's
one
very gaseous.
was a 3-run shot.
I'm like gaseous clay. Instead of Cassius Clay, I'm gaseous clay.
Of getting inside this pitch, gets behind it.
Oh, we won't do that then, Will. We ain't trying to bring up no past trauma, man. I get it. I totally get it.
The Jaguars will look.
What do you go by these days, man?
What's your nickname, brother? Alabama.
Give us the handle that you prefer.
What is it about
Alabama? 2-4, you will be known as such.
What is it about Alabama? They always like to get to that 7 spot. They don't want to get to that 8-run rule, man. They don't make you watch
They
the
still
game.
got another inning.
7. They win everything by 7.
I think they still have another inning.
They think they're playing football, man. It's not a touchdown. It's 8 points.
He goes by Liam, so that's what we got to remember. I can do that. Liam, it is.
Well, change. You know, you can change your name to Liam. Liam Neeson. He's a great actor too.
I like Liam Neeson a lot.
Got a special set of skills. If you bring my daughter back, I will not fucking kill you. If you don't, your ass is done.
You're going to die.
Liam Neeson.
I produce a certain set of skills. And Will's like, yep, that's what I get now too. God dang it.
JYK.
All right, man. Well, we just need to come up with something cool. What do you want, man? This is your time to be creative.
The Eradicator.
This is it. What the hell is that? To my son. What the hell is that?
That's a stupid YouTube
it's an ad.
Oh shit, there's the Predator.
Uh-oh. Who? Uh-oh. Who? Vic is in the house. The ace has entered the building.
Moten is toting. Moten is toting that rock. She's ready to swing it. That sounds like some drug dealing. I better shut up.
She pretty much stuck to her rise and drop versus Texas, worked up and down, really split the zone and attacked those Texas hitters well, and was very successful this past weekend.
Moten comes in for Palazzi.
Stupid ass commercials on my it's on my YouTube channel all the time, one Blaireau. That damn tie workout advertisement. I get that on my channel all the time.
You see the freshman from Michigan.
Yeah.
And whatnot might feel like her best game for Palazzi. She still put a 0 up on the board for the Jaguars.
She's got some,
so
she's got some good stuff, man.
Game for her, she still was very effective.
John Petrick said she looks much taller than 5'5".
Now Moten
does she really?
9-1-2 in the order.
I don't know if she's calling. I guess she's 5'5".
She's a freshman
for South Alabama hitters. Facing
y'all got
Moten
2 really good freshman pitchers, man. Y'all are set up for the next 4 years, 3 years.
Her up and her down, and so Palazzi's more up in the zone.
That's the good thing about in softball. They don't leave early. They stay 4 years.
And so now you really have to focus
because they don't have a stupid ass NFL luring them away.
Picking a height, pick up or pick
or
down
over the top NIL deals.
It is sad, man, because it's awesome if you could count on them being there 4 years, you know. And you never get that now if they're good. You get 3 at most.
At softball would be just like football. Their professional league become really big. They would be corrupted too.
Oh yeah.
It's the nature of the beast.
Senior comes from
no doubt.
Sports family.
And it sucks.
Both brothers played sports collegiately.
No doubt.
Taylor stays down.
For common Joes like you and I, it sucks.
Yeah.
We can't afford to go to the games and stuff anymore.
When we talked about Moten
No, that's
against
yeah.
Texas, struggled to
Bullshit.
start. Really, it was the walks. You saw one hit from Texas in the first inning of Game 2. That was Reese Atwood. But after that, outside of a couple home runs given up to that potent Longhorns offense, the freshman was spectacular. Garrett Griggs, shortstop, makes the play. 2 away.
And it's almost like Vic Moten completely flipped the script.
Jordy 316 says
5-1 in her walk to strikeout ratio to then you're looking
I'm going to take Nebraska to the promised land.
Completely flip that over. And sometimes when you get taken out of a game like that, you have time.
Terry said women's sports is not quite sold out yet. That's true, but if the money was there, like JP said, they would sell out in a heartbeat.
They would.
Wrap up the top of the fifth.
The WNBA sold out and they don't even make no money.
Control up 7-0.
Dude, did you hear that the WNBA is expanding?
Yeah, I thought
adding 2 teams.
I thought I told you that.
I cannot believe they are adding 2 teams to the WNBA.
They're not making any money.
That's what I'm saying.
Why would you add teams to a league that's losing money?
They obviously just to push an agenda. That's it. That's the only reason.
The NBA has the money to blow, so they do it. And it's the NBA and ESPN that's doing that shit, I think. I'm not sure who the NBA is covering.
JYK, the NBA needs to cut all the teams. It sucks.
Yeah. They need to do more than just cut 2. They need to cut that shit completely out. If they were making money, I don't have a problem with it. People are like, oh, you're being sexist. No, it ain't got a damn thing to do with gender. It's bottom line. How much money are you making? You get paid what you've earned. It shouldn't be a handout. It shouldn't be charity. I say the same thing about men's baseball. It's one of the second lowest revenue sports at the University of Alabama. They need to pick it up. The men's baseball is not doing their part here at Alabama. I'm not sure about wherever else, but here at the University of Alabama, the bottom 2 was men's baseball and women's basketball. So both of them need to pick it up regardless of gender.
Yep. Sean James is saying that Donald J. Trump has agreed with Iran for a 2-week ceasefire to finalize a peace deal. It's being reported. Where did you see that reported?
He's been going deep in on the internet. I don't know if you saw the shit he's been saying. I'm a Donald Trump supporter, man, but he's sort of making himself look sort of messed up, to be honest.
No, he's out of line. The text he sent out on Easter Sunday and the last one, it's out of line. I'm not behind that kind of shit.
Yeah, the whole Allah comment, that's insulting a bunch of people that has nothing to do with it.
Also, talking about wiping out an entire civilization, like, dude, the people didn't do anything. It's the government. Like, I'm not down with that, man.
Pitcher is the sophomore righty out of Pensacola.
There'd be only one way I'd be down with wiping out the whole thing is if it was a choice between us and them. That'd be the only way.
Right. Well, of course.
Sort of like when they come over here and destroyed Pearl Harbor, so we just done it back to them.
Yeah.
And so a lot of her success comes on that curve on the outer half.
She took the loss last year against Alabama in Mobile, got the start, did not record an out, and really struggled with walks. Had 4.
I think if they expanded the NFL
win at South Alabama,
they probably need to go outside the country now, in my opinion, because that's too many teams in the United States. 32 teams.
At the freshman Garrett Griggs out of Phoenix
I could be
City,
wrong,
Alabama, 4-star recruit according to Softball America.
I'm sorry, dude. I was reading about the ceasefire. What'd you say?
He said expand the NBA and the NFL. I said I would expand the NFL, but if I did, I would go out of the country to do it because we already got 32 teams in the United States. I don't know if we can add the markets good enough for 2 more United States-based NFL teams. I don't know.
Well, certainly. As Greg
I
swings
tend
and
to think,
misses, Escaping has to
yes,
because any runs for the Tide here in the 5th inning would wrap it
I,
up.
I know we're about to add international teams. I hate it, to be honest with you, but I wish they would go
as far as to put one.
Say again?
I don't know if I'd go as far as to put one over in Europe, but I might think about putting one in, Mexico or maybe
Well, I would let them put a team anywhere international that they want, and they could have an international league and the NFL, and then if the two champions of those leagues wanted to play together for a world championship, I'd be cool with that. But I don't want to be fucked. I'm not down.
Much larger workload.
I'm not trying to go watch.
The travel and the time differences are make it to me unfeasible because you're an entirely different day over there.
And so she does a good job
opposed to over here.
almost changing speeds without having to.
That might work out. You know, I know we kid around a lot about the Nagasaki egg rolls, but it might work out if you actually put some American teams over in Japan or Australia, maybe. I don't know.
Coming in at 60, but
I don't like the idea of going into Europe, or London, and stuff like that.
At 60, but low and away, it's going to feel slower. So she's kind of using placement to her advantage.
Well, she will need to be sharp with the placement against Kristen White, who's placed it perfectly tonight. A pair of singles, one via the.
Well, we're getting off topic here.
Slap.
Okay, a lot of people might not want us talking about all that noise.
Yeah, I'm good to not talk about it. That's fine.
It's all good. I mean, I don't care either way. It's just sometimes people complain.
Yeah, no, I totally
Not
agree.
me. I don't care.
It's just so scary, man. All of it's so frightening.
Sure that
there's so many of those terrorists already living here.
And your shortstop covering that 5-6 You see the third baseman.
There it is.
And that's misplayed at short.
As soon as I said
It
it,
would have been a tough play anyway.
I sort of had a feeling. There it is right there from Terry.
And White went that way on the field.
Sorry, man.
In the game, so being aware on the left side.
Actually, one of the common Joes in the comment section brought it up first. We did.
To the left side.
Just so you know.
As a shortstop, you've got a lot of pressure on you with somebody with that much speed. So I think the key there is staying under control, continuing to charge that ball.
Excuse me.
Just gets a little bit away of Lily Stagner at short.
And so that is the game-ending run. Kristen White over at first for Alexis Papillo. It is an error.
Bottom of the fifth and right there on that 7 spot. As always. I want that 8. Needs to be 8-0.
Like so far,
right now.
Has really been living on that hour half. And with Alexis Papillo,
it
she hits that outside pitch really well.
7th inning, probably.
You see there.
They'll wait till 7th inning to score that.
I think you're going to get it in this
Try
inning.
to get Alexis Papillo
already
to
got
chase
2
out of the
outs.
zone, work something up in
I
a
know,
little bit
but
more. But you have to be really careful in the outer half.
Significantly better than South Alabama. See, I don't know why with a 7-run lead, you don't swing at the 3-0
winning
pitch.
on deck, so Steve Scapin is able to get by Papillo. There's a strike. White takes off and steals second.
There you go. Now just any hit, any good hit
in
the outfield scores pretty much.
Notices change up out of the hand because that pitch is slower. It takes more time to get to the catcher, so you have just that extra split second as the base runner to slide in safely.
And it was a strike, so now a 3-2 with the game-ending run in scoring position. There's ball 4.
There you go. All right. I bet you can pull off a double steal here.
Tough stretch in the Alabama
get them both advanced over. Pull off a double steal.
With Brooke Wells back-to-back, they communicate with each other so well, and they kind of feed off of each other as well.
Wells already has a big hit tonight. And here it is, a 3-run shot in the 4th inning.
And after fouling a few pitches off, she gets this pitch up and away in the zone. She stays in her legs, keeps that back elbow in, and drives it.
And now she's looking to end it.
There it is.
Wells to left. White will score, and Alabama wins it in run rule fashion, 8-0.
And the new number 1 defends its crown successfully.
It's a 4 RBI night for Brooke Wells.
They're just
and the
lucky
tie
Alabama
moves
didn't
to 36-3
do like
on the year.
Oklahoma. Oklahoma scored a bunch of runs in the first and second inning and ended up 32 to nothing.
Phenomenal job staying hot.
Well,
drives this ball into the gap.
I think you're about to see. I think what's up? And sooner, I think you're about to see Alabama go on quite the run.
Come back and wrap things up on the other side as Alabama gets the 8-0
Quite
win
the
in 5
run.
innings.
I think they're about to go on.
Who's that?
Alabama.
I hope so.
I think this is going to propel them forward. They're going to the confidence for them now is going to be real.
Just like you said in our conversations this morning, we're starting to hide behind our skirts around here because we ain't won national title in almost half a decade.
Well, I'll tell you this: the Alabama could very well win this whole thing this year. They got very good pitching, 3 really good pitchers. All 3 of Alabama's pitchers have a lower ERA than our best pitcher. So I think they really could. They really could be their year. You just know. I mean, that could really happen. And now that the big series for y'all is going to be Tennessee. You know, because Tennessee was number 1 for a while. I have no idea what kind of state their pitching staff is in. That's their strength is really their pitching at least. But they've kind of been forgotten about, so they're kind of flying under the radar. But y'all go handle up on Tennessee on the road, and you'll be going into the World Series as the number 1 seed for sure.
A lot of season left for sure. In the SEC, very balanced league. So
yeah, well, you're right. But
we dropped a game to Missouri. So
yeah, well, yeah, but you can lose the game. Now that you're number 1. As long as they don't lose a series, I doubt they lose the number 1 ranking. Or I mean, truly, man. And again, Tennessee is going to be a huge big spike in points for them. They win that series. So even if they lose, since it's on the road, even if they lose 1 game, if they win the series against a highly ranked Tennessee team on the road, that's going to be huge in the points. So that'll set them. That'll set them, and then you just got to beat South Carolina at home. It was the last series of the year.
One of us the same monkey that Ryan Williams carries around the games with him.
What is that? What do you mean?
She's got a monkey in her hand. Yeah, she's talking about the barn monkeys. I don't know.
Care of business today after such a big weekend this past weekend.
Oh, absolutely. Also being a top-ranked team, we've got to take care of business for a team like that. I mean, they're
Richard. I'm gonna speak to your comment here in a second.
And being ready and letting somebody step up. It's not going to be the same person every game. Brooke Wells had an awesome game today, and Caitlin Palazzi and Vic both came in and did a great job pitching. And so, I mean, it's a team effort all the way around.
And as a catcher, being able to catch this Alabama staff that has been super successful this season, what have you seen in your pitching staff?
A lot of growth. Being able to catch Joss the past 3 years has been an absolute joy, seeing her turn into the pitcher she is today and just grow and just become such a competitor, and then being able to see some new blood like Vic and Caitlin just come in and embrace their roles and be able to be there for our team and just be gritty, both of them. And both of them have learned so much thus far, and I just can't wait to see how much they grow in the future.
You were 3 for 3 today. You had a pair of doubles. There was one double, however, that drew quite the reaction from the dugout. What was the communication like with some of your teammates? Kristen White was cackling in the dugout.
That was my fault. I looked up and I thought the girl was about to pick it up, and I was just scared I was going to get thrown out at third base. So they were all calling me Chicken Little because I didn't take third. So Murph was giving me the Chicken Little sign a second ago. That's why I got choked up. But it's not the first time I've been called that this season, but I didn't want to be out. So.
Well, and speaking of this season, you are having your.
All right, you said you wanted to address something?
Yeah, well, Richard was saying, say what y'all want, but Trump is still the best president. I'm not saying he's not, man.
I'm just saying he's not perfect. He's
done a lot of good things, but that's right. Nobody's perfect. And I think he got some bad counsel from some people that are just war hungry, man. Like the amount of money that gets made on it, dude, is insane. So I think he got some bad counsel. And then I think his natural personality is to never back down. And so he hasn't, and he's doubled down. And man, that doesn't mean, supporting Trump and believing in him doesn't mean that he's still not capable of making a huge miscalculation. And I mean, again, man, like I was saying on a previous live stream, even if all of this had to happen, we couldn't wait until December. Like, we've been waiting 47 years apparently to do something about Iran. We're finally doing it, but we couldn't wait 6 more months till after the midterm so that we don't completely lose. Because now it's just going to be miserable if we lose support, if we lose the majority in the Senate and the House. So that's all I'm saying, man.
I voted for Trump.
The guy, but
I voted for Trump both times. But like I said,
me too.
Term, he's actually done some things that I don't agree with, and people that get on you about, if you don't, you're either Trump or you're not. That's not the way it is, man. It's never the way it is. Sometimes people make mistakes, and I think he's made a few mistakes this time around, but it's a lot better than what we would have had with Kamala. I'll give you that.
And I mean, and Richard, I think we're on the same page, dude. I don't think we're even disagreeing here. I really don't. I just didn't want you to think that all of a sudden I was anti-Trump, because I'm not. And what Jesse just said couldn't be more true. I was just saying this to my mom because my mom is liberal, and she's kind of, they're all gloating right now, and she's like, I mean, this guy, blah, blah, blah. And I told her straight up, like, he's still 10 times better than what we would have had with the other side. It just would have been a different kind of, it'd have been awful. So, I mean, where this country was headed was scary, so I still wouldn't want the other side in. But man, it doesn't mean I'm still not worried about what's going on. The ceasefire is awesome. So I didn't even know if we could get there.
I'm not sure what you're saying right here. You said Outlaw started to have the channel. You're talking about that political channel that I started? Yeah, I started to have one, and I still might. There may be something in the works down the road where I go incognito, where I can just say whatever the hell I want. I'm not going to really say what. There might be something coming really soon.
There's a good reason to be concerned for the truth tellers out there. So we've got to come out, got to figure out a way to tell the truth without it being known who's telling it.
Because now people will actually dox you. They will stalk you. They will find out where you live and try to kill you.
Yes. Yeah. That's true. So yeah, man, that's all. I think we're all on the same page, man. We're all just trying to live and let live, dude. I mean, that's the main thing. And I don't want anyone butting in my life, including the government, and I'm not trying to button anyone else's life. And that's how it should be, The pursuit of happiness, man. The pursuit of happiness. I'm agree with you, man.
I saw something earlier today that it was pretty funny. This is the problem I have with liberals, is that if Donald Trump tells them something, they're going to do the opposite, whether it's right or wrong. That's what really pisses me the hell off, man. It really pisses me off. Like, if Trump tells them breathing oxygen is good, they'll stop breathing.
Yeah, but it's sickness.
I think his name's Rob Reiner. Is it Rob Reiner, or is it? Who's the
Rob
guy?
Reiner was the guy that got murdered by his son.
No. The guy that was in Deuce Bigelow.
Rob Schneider.
Rob Schneider said some funny shit. I'm gonna bring it up real quick for you.
Yeah, he's good. He's got some good points.
Let me give y'all a summation of what I think about liberals. And it's why it's made it so easy for people to vote Republican. People that are independent or conservative Democrats, like I was, will vote Republican now because of stupid shit like this. Can you see that?
Yes.
All right. Sure, I got the volume on. Of course I don't.
does, good or bad, good, whatever. It's Democrats feel they have to do the opposite. My favorite now is Democratic women being told, pregnant women, to not take Tylenol, do anything, but don't take Tylenol. And to spite him, pregnant Democratic women are taking Tylenol. I'm trying to reach out to the White House to just see if I can get President Trump to make another announcement. Whatever you do, don't blow men over 50 who are traveling in the greater Philadelphia area.
If Donald Trump told them, don't blow men over 50 years old, they would be out here giving me and Killer Breeze blowjobs today.
Oh, and hey, it's okay. I think he did say that, by the way. That's what I heard. But it's true, man. I mean, it's a sickness. It really is a sickness.
Hey, man.
It's just a, it's
and this ain't me.
It's the derangement syndrome, man.
This ain't me just being a Donald Trump supporter. This is me just supporting what's common sense.
Yeah, I was just about to say, it's what Donald Trump represents that we support anyway. It's the
because he does some shit sometimes.
American pride, American first, common sense.
I mean, some of the stupid shit that I don't agree with. I mean, we invade Venezuela and take their oil, and the gas prices go up. How's that work? The Iranians have the straits blocked over here. Yeah, but we don't get oil from them. So why is our gas prices over $4 a gallon now, man? Shut the hell up. Quit lying, man. I'll lose respect for him just like I will for the Democrats. It's a bunch of bullshit. If you're going to invade Venezuela and take their oil, the gas prices shouldn't be going up. Just saying.
It does seem the reason. I mean,
They all liars. Every one of them.
That's what I'm saying, man. I think the problem is we just need to have a true revolution, dude. Like, the whole thing is broken. All these politicians, all they do is just wait till it's their turn in power. Then when they're in power, they just try to fuck the damn thing as raw as they can, suck it as dry as they can, wreck it as much as they can before they are out of power. And then they just go make a living making appearance fees and shit. While we just continually suffer. Like, it's the same, it's a different means to the same end. And the end result is that life for me and you and Tammy and Richard and Terry and John Petrig and everybody else, Juan Blero and everybody else, it just gets harder and harder and harder. I shouldn't have to fucking pay, between gas now, and I have to fill up my truck every 3 days because I'm driving all over the place. So it's $120 now for me to fill up my truck every 3 days. So between my $850 health insurance and my gas bill, I need $2,000 a month.
I can't buy into this, Richard. I mean, which I hopefully you don't get mad at me, man. But it's absolutely his fault, man. He invaded Venezuela, and he invaded Iran, man. 2 oil-rich countries. So no, it's not all Trump's fault. You're right about that, but he had a part in it. I mean, he okayed it. I mean, I know he doesn't control the oil companies and what they do, but he needs to step in and make an executive order. He could make an executive order and say, hey, don't jack the prices up. Don't jack the prices up. Don't price gouge the American people for a war that we started with Israel. Don't price gouge us, man. I have shit to do with it.
I still believe that Donald Trump loves his citizens. He loves us. I believe that 100%.
Right.
But again, he only can do so. He has to rely on the outside advice from so many people. And dude, I just think he's got some sick fucks in his ear. And unfortunately, man,
actually,
I'm not saying what had to happen.
I'm not having a difference of opinion. That's all.
I'm not saying what's happening shouldn't happen, but God, dude, if this doesn't work, man.
All right, I tell you what, man. You said you would camera up for this. Come on here and explain to me why I'm wrong about it. Who okayed the Venezuela invasion? Who okayed the Iranian invasion? He didn't even go to Congress for that shit. And I do not like liberals. I do not like liberal spastics. I do not like Democrats. But both sides are doing shit wrong. That's all I'm saying. And it's pissing me off because we're caught in the middle.
And I think, I just think, like I said, man, I just think life for us.
He's
not, you're right. He's not a puppet. I don't think he's a puppet. again, I don't think anyone rules him at all. I just think he has to. I mean, that's his thing. He's asking everybody what they think. And I think, unfortunately, dude, like, he's got, like, Lindsey Graham. Like, why is Lindsey Graham so close in his inner circle, dude? Lindsey Graham creeps me out, man.
Piece of shit. That's what Lindsey Graham is.
Creeps me out,
I mean,
man.
look at Christy Nome shit. Look at her husband, man. He's a straight up pervert. So I'm just saying, man.
Did you see that? How crazy was that?
Christy Nome's just as bad as Paul Pelosi.
How crazy?
He reminds me of a Republican version of Paul Pelosi.
All these rich politicians, dude, they're so most of them are, I mean, the overwhelming majority of them are sick, man. They're sick in the head, dude. They really are. I mean, they
Like I said, I support Trump 80 to 90% of the time. But for people to come in here and say that you guys support him 100% of the time, I can't agree with that, because everybody is.
Well, but we do
everybody's
support.
wrong. Everybody makes mistakes. That's all I'm saying.
Hey, listen, if this thing works out, it'll be the most genius thing I've ever seen. I will give him, and I will still say right here now, I do not think that it is a foregone conclusion that he cannot win this thing. I will never count him out. Ever. I think it's foolish to count that dude out. So I hope it works out, man. That's all I'm saying.
I'm the same way, but like I said, man, it's there's far left extremists and then there's far right extremists. And they're just as bad, man. If you don't agree with everything they say, they're gonna label you as a liberal spastic. If you don't agree with everything the liberal spastics say, they're gonna label you as a right extremist MAGA.
Yeah. Well, Richard is already saying something that the other side would never say. He's saying we agree on most of this. If he was an extreme, extremists wouldn't even. They'd be like, oh, they would be saying what you're saying. They'd be like, oh, fuck that. You don't believe in everything, because they are insane. And crazy is crazy, no matter where you fall in line on the spectrum. Crazy is crazy, crazy ass people all over the place. I drive around crazy every day on I-45. There's nuts all around me, and I'm sure all these assholes that can't drive are both Democrats and Republicans. And there's a ton of them.
I agree with John Petrie. Presidents get 2 terms, but centrists can run forever. That don't make sense.
The legislature is completely screwed. It's completely corrupt. The House and the Senate completely effed. There absolutely should be term limits. There should absolutely be limits on campaign finance. It should all be different, man. But they're never gonna do that. Meanwhile, they just find ways to get richer, and richer. I mean, man, it should like Ilhan Omar should be in jail. But she's not in jail. She's a flipping multi-millionaire.
She's not in jail. That's what I'm saying. Why hasn't Donald Trump and them put her in jail? They go around tattling on each other, and then none of them ever serve any time like you or I would.
Well, that's a fact.
Bullshit, man. They doing crime. They should pay. They should do the time just like we do.
That's a fact. And they would never pay like we would pay. I can promise you that. I've spent the night in jail.
I'm not trying to make you mad, man.
I made some bad decisions.
They said you can't make me mad. I like to hear what everyone has to say. I'm not trying to make you mad. I'm just having a disagreement with you. That's all.
No, it's all love.
I don't disagree. Like you said, most of the stuff I agree with you on, 80-90% of it. Only thing I don't agree on is to say that he didn't have some small part in the gas prices going up, because he did. He's the one that okayed the Venezuela invasion. He had something to do with us invading Iran, and that all falls back on oil prices. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, rednecks are part of what makes America great. There's no doubt. Term limits, no campaign contributions over 100. Well, first of all, and no corporate contributions. Corporations, corporate interest is part of what's destroying this country, because all legislation now revolves around the lobbyists and the corporate donors, and so all of the legislation is geared towards corporations. That's who we serve first and foremost. Is fucking corporate America. And that has got to stop. So you shouldn't be able to donate from a corporation, period. It should be individual donations. And you know what? If you can't raise $1 billion to spend on a campaign, tough shit. Make some hard choices and run a campaign on whatever you can raise from individuals.
You don't even need that much money. You don't need that. You don't need that much money to run a campaign. That's just them putting extra money in their pockets. You're just trying to get someone to vote yes for you. It shouldn't cost billions of dollars to do that.
You ever notice every time something happens, some kind of major controversy or some kind of catastrophe, the first thing they're doing is what? Hitting their citizens up and asking them for donations. Asking them for donations. Donations to their campaign. You can't convince me that all this campaign money isn't also what's paying the rent on those damn brownstones they're living in Washington, D.C., which are, by the way, you don't even, I mean, you want to talk about expensive. That's where that money is going, man. You know that's what it is. There's not an honest one in the bunch.
I understand we have war with consequences. I can't even say it. But I'm just saying that there's consequences and then there's going over the top of the shit. There's just stuff that's obvious to me. If you have Venezuela's oil, why are the gas prices going up? That's my question. We have access to Venezuela's oil. Why are the gas prices going up?
And Tammy, I want to be real clear here because I know you're a veteran and there is no waiver in my support for our troops. Zero. I don't have any issue with anything they've done. I have nothing but respect and admiration and unbelievable. I mean, dude, the courage of those guys, you know, because some of them are going to die. They already have. So there's no waiver. There's no waiver in my support for the troops or the military and what they're doing.
Gas prices really affect me, though. I drive Uber.
Well, but what I'm saying is
that's people in their jobs, man.
But the military is just doing what they're ordered to do. You can't, that's not their fault.
I ain't said it was the military's fault. I just said that people are saying it's not Donald Trump's fault, but he's the one that ordered the invasion of these countries. So it is some of his fault. You can't say it's none of his fault because it is. That's all I'm saying. I don't comprehend why the oil prices are going up if we have Venezuela oil. I don't understand. Make me understand that.
Well, I will say this. The oil companies certainly are making shitloads of money. So it does seem that they should be able to withstand. They should just take the hit. But they can't because we got a Wall Street problem where you got to constantly show quarter after quarter growth. So you can't do that if you're absorbing hits like this. But customer satisfaction and doing the customer right is not their number one priority. Their number one priority are the shareholders, not the customers. Big difference. So, I do think the oil companies, I know they can. The amount of money they make is fucking crazy. So they could definitely withstand more of a hit. They don't have to constantly be jacking up the price of oil, regardless of what's happening around the world.
Well, they just use that as an excuse. They say, Iran has closed the straits off, or we can go up on the oil prices. Richard said this will save lives in the long run. Maybe. But let me ask you this, Richard. Is it going to save American lives? Because I would maybe disagree with that statement. Because I don't see this as saving American lives. I just don't.
Well, if the idea of, keeping Iran from getting a nuclear weapon is potentially saves lives. That is, so I get where he's coming from on that. But I also understand what the point you're making is he's also kind of knowingly going to sacrifice some American lives because almost certainly, and already a few there have been casualties. So, and it just sucks, man. War just sucks.
And it tears people apart.
This is why
people that are good friends. Sometimes people that are good friends, they become enemies over this shit.
Yeah. Well, all
I'm saying is I just don't want people to say that we can't disagree with Trump. It's just like the Alabama fans around here. They're like, oh, you can't criticize Nick Saban because he makes $11 million and he's won all his football games. That don't mean anything. He still makes mistakes. He's a human being.
Yeah.
I can question him, just like I can question Trump.
I mean,
I voted for Trump twice.
In America, we should be able to. That's the whole foundation of our government, of our Constitution, is that we are allowed to challenge the government without repercussion. You know,
yeah,
that's what it's supposed
there's
to be.
repercussions all the time. They say there's not supposed to be any repercussions, but there are.
They are getting a bump. You're right, Richard. They are.
Exactly.
Still better than Harris, J. Ham says. I do not disagree.
A lot better than Kamala.
Believe in that.
All the thing we're trying to say here, once again, hate to beat a dead horse, is that you are allowed to disagree with Trump. Even if you voted for Trump twice, like I did, you can actually disagree with him sometimes. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, I think that's fair. I don't think that's unfair. I don't think that's unfair at all. But the main thing is we got to really start thinking about realizing that this whole the way they distract us from keeping our eyes on the real villains here is all of this, you know, left versus right, black versus white. It's all a mirage, because the real battle is good versus evil. You know, it's a deep oligarch state that is running the world, man. And I know it makes me sound like a crazy conspiracy theorist, and that's not what I am, but I've come to believe that's what it is. COVID and the 2020 election broke the matrix wide open. Everybody got a glimpse as to what is going on, and the fact that we're just being played and used and lied to. You know, it'll never be the same. And so we really got to start asking ourselves, what is it going to take? Because just putting our faith in politicians is not going to get us there. It's gotten us where we are now. That and corporate America selling us out, you know, years ago to make their wallets fatter, while our manufacturers and dried up, and our American jobs dried up, and we sold out.
Well, I saw something the other day on the internet about
and cheap labor.
I saw something on the internet the other day about the invasion of legal immigrants from India into the state of Texas, where they've made this big, the Frisco, is it Frisco City? Is that what it's called?
Yeah, Frisco.
Frisco City has went from 3% Indian population to 33% in the last 20 years, and they're just taking over. And they're coming over here under the guise of that, whatever it's called, HM1B or some shit.
I don't know what
supposedly jobs that we're not qualified to do, and Trump sort of had a part in that now. And if he's doing that, man, he's in the wrong for that shit. You're bringing all these foreign people over here to take all the good jobs and not giving us a chance to try to get those good jobs.
Well, we certainly shouldn't be allowing foreign nationals to own property here, own businesses on American land. It just sets you up for you know, dissidents, man. You know, people are living here that are against us from just waiting for the right opportunity. They're here. Like Joe Biden left the damn door open for 4 years, and we don't even know the amount of scary efforts that it got through and that are living here right now.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's just, we got again, as citizens, we got to ask ourselves, what do we need to do to change it? Because again, just electing these same politicians with just different names and different backstories, they're all supposed to save the world. None of them ever do. Like, at a certain point, we're the ones that are culpable because we keep doing the same shit, hoping we get something different.
Well, Tammy says we're going to sound like a broken record. Every time war breaks out, inflation happens, then everything settles back down.
Well, I mean, like Terry Rogers talks about, you know, we got to ask ourselves shit like this. This whole global idea, like the globalists are our enemy. NATO ain't trying to help us out. You want to know why these European countries have these lavish welfare programs and pension programs, and we don't? Because they're not spending any money protecting the rest of the world. They got a
Right.
couple of really good interviews out on the internet right now, dude,
Right.
that will blow your mind. But I'm just trying to tell you, like, we got to look at what is the answer, I think, is just we need to just retreat on back to the Western Hemisphere. We don't need to worry about that side of the world anymore.
Well, Jay Ham makes a good point. He voted for Trump 3 times. I actually voted for him 3 times too. I was just counting the 2 times that he won, I guess. But yeah, I voted for him all 3 times. But you're allowed to question him. Is all I was been saying the whole time. Terry Rogers is saying that Spain, Germany, France, how much are they willing to give up exactly? I mean, why we got to be the one to police the entire world? Why have we got to put our American lives at risk all the time? Why is it always us? I understand that Iran supposedly was getting nuclear capability. I don't know if that's true or not because they lied to us about Iraq having that shit. And now it's like I question everything, man. I don't trust. I mean, it's like I don't make like a total killer off air one time, man. I just automatically assume everybody's lying now. That's just the way it is, man. I just assume they're lying until they can prove it's true.
Because they usually are.
It's like reverse. It's not innocent until proven guilty. It's guilty until proven innocent with me. With these bastards, man. It's just like I don't believe none of them, man. Democrats, Republicans, liberals, I don't believe none of them.
Well, you shouldn't because they're not trustworthy, man. Just go look at the track record. Like, that's the thing. You don't have to. It's all there for you to see. It's all right there. And we just need to go back to being self-sufficient. We got plenty enough in the Western Hemisphere over here between Canada, the United States, and flipping Mexico alone. I don't even think we need to go to South America. We got plenty of resources, and we just need to start making our own shit, and we don't need to worry about the other side of the world. And this whole idea of us spending taxpayer money, sending out overseas to all these other countries when we got all these problems here, fuck that. I'm over that too. The money should be spent here. I bust my ass to make the money that I make, which ain't much, by the way. And the taxes that I spend, it's a fucking insult that it gets sent overseas.
They were giving that money to transgender programs in Peru. Some crazy shit, man.
Dude.
You got people that are third world country. It's like a third world country in Kentucky and West Virginia. Those people in Kentucky and West Virginia need your help more than you send the money over to Ukraine or wherever else the hell you sending it.
Where aren't they sending it? Israel, Ukraine, South America. It's all over.
Oh, don't question Israel now. You're gonna get in trouble.
Well, I mean, again, to me, I don't care what country it is. The only country I wear it spent on is right here. So it don't matter to me whether it's Mexico, Canada, South, Buenos. I don't care, dude. None of it. Like Chile, all of that. None of that I care about. Argentina, go to Europe, Africa, none of it. The Middle East, Asia, none of it. Why? Why would we do it? What does it really get us? We don't need to worry about the rest of the world, man. We got plenty to worry about here. That's clear. So, but again, we're the ones that if anything's going to change, you damn well better know it's coming from us. It's not coming from the politicians. Why would they change anything? It's all geared to benefit them right now as it is. So you think they're going to change it? No, hell no, they're not going to change it.
No,
change comes from us.
Why would they vote in term limits when it's going to keep them from making the money they want to make?
No.
They just, like you said, need a complete reset. Maybe the aliens will come down with Bigfoot and zap these bastards and just start it over. That's the only thing you can hope for.
Yeah, well, I mean, man, I feel so gypped that this is the country that the way it is now that I'm an adult. Like, this is crap, man. This isn't what I was promised. This isn't what I saw when I was a kid. I couldn't wait to be in my 40s and 50s and 60s, dude. It was supposed to be the bomb.
Yeah. Well,
And it is for a very minute few.
It's just that we didn't have social media back then, so we didn't know any better. It's probably been going on for a lot longer than we know.
Well, the gap though, dude, there's no middle class anymore. It just doesn't exist. There used to be a middle class, where a shoe salesman could support a family of 4. But that doesn't exist anymore, man. You're not supporting a family of 4 on anything less than, 150 G's without struggling. And that's minimum.
John Petrick said, Killer, make sure your beeper ain't near your nuts. I'm not sure what that means, but okay.
He's talking about that beeper attack that they made on the people in the Middle East.
Tammy says, I believe in the USA. I need to be somewhere. Just let me know.
Tammy, I know that's right. I know you are 100% true blue, red-blooded American. I love it. Your daughter is young.
I'm fixing to get off here, man.
All right, man.
Eat some supper. I ain't ate today.
It's good hanging out with everyone tonight. I hope everybody has a good night. And we'll see y'all on the weekend when we got some more softball coming your way.
That's right.
Take it easy, man.
All right, later. It's Killer Breeze. Oklahoma Roughneck. Woo! Well, nobody always agrees 100% of the time. Just like Richard Burton and Tammy Burton said, most time me and the Burtons agree on everything. But tonight we had a few differences of opinion. He thinks I'm wrong, and I think he's wrong about a few things, and that's just the way life is. And it's good to know that we can come in here and be like that without people getting mad and unsubscribing or start getting personal, because that's how extreme right people and extreme left people do. We're caught right in the middle. We're just real Americans, and that's all I want. I don't give a shit about no party label loyalty. It's stupid to have party label loyalty, and they do away with party labels altogether, like I said before. And go back, we could learn something from our young counterparts in high school, in that you have an election in high school. There's no labels, no parties. You just have 3 or 4 people run for class president. If number 1 and number 2 are close, you have a runoff, and then they are elected the president of your class. And that's the way it should be done here, and there shouldn't be any party label loyalties, because party label loyalty makes for corrupt loyalty. Well, that's all I got to say about that. Like, share, comment, and subscribe to this channel. You can also join the posse and get your badge and get deputized like Richard Burton and Tammy Burton and Juan Bolero, who got deputized tonight, JYK. It's a little join button over by the subscribe button. You get a badge, get deputized, get a random force from shout on the actual podcast. It's possibly the comment of the day. KMCA to all the other teams. Class is now dismissed.